time, there was a people who forgot how simple life really was. Instead of sitting around with family, there was individuals sitting around boxes with screens, and they forgot how to grow their own food. And hunting was replaced by practices which were cruel, and everything seemed to be divided by plastic made with petrochemical oil, which was extremely toxic. And these people also ran their cars on that oil, which polluted the air and the water and the soil. But the ones who benefited didn't care about the earth. They were only interested in how much the oil was worth. When they started running out, they started fighting for control to secure the world's supply. Petroleum was their goal, so they assembled their armies, and their wars destroyed life. They hid the truth from the people, kept it out of their sights. And millions of people were betrayed by these lies, convinced to kill each other and watch each other die. Entire cultures were destroyed before our very eyes. We just sat around and watched the fire falling from the sky. But all the time we knew that it could happen to us. So we were living in fear, and we were on the same bus. By invading other people, we created more enemies, but they believed that they were doing it to make themselves free. This is the world that I grew up in, so you understand my brain when it begins to spin, searching for solutions, a better way to be. And I think much clearer when I begin to breathe. So I breathe in the air. Yeah, take a deep breath. It's everywhere. Heal my spirit, heal my body, heal my soul. I know who I am, consciousness spinning through sacred air. The healers, whatever your call is, actualize and realize when we come here to balance these violent times. Warriors of peace, ambassadors of love, always staying centered when push comes to shove. Third eye wide open and dancing to music, accepting the power, knowing how to use it. Coming together, we circle the globe, seeing the oneness, our chakras are glowing. Our vibrations where we want it to be, keep it high, you know how it feels to be free. All you gotta do to understand these ways is breathe real deep and enjoy each day. Work selflessly with others and we're lost right together. Tomorrow is now and there's beautiful weather, so breathe. Breathe in the air. Yeah, take a deep breath. It's everywhere. Heal my spirit, heal my body, heal my soul. Oh, I know who I am, consciousness spinning through sacred air. sacred air.
Señores y señoras, estás escuchando un grupo que representa al mundo entero, trae el mejor de la música internacional. Les presentamos a Human y los otros humanos.
Ain't giving up, no way. Ain't giving up, no way. Ain't giving up, no way. Oh no. All the things that we've been through, yes, you better believe it. It rough out there for true. Oh, crisis, war, whatever what. Hey, we gonna make it, so let's kick it up a notch. Ain't giving up, no way, no way. Ain't giving up, no way. Ain't giving up, no way, no way. Ain't giving up, no way. Hey. All the struggles in our way, got to face reality every day, yes. Gotta keep our heart strong. Yeah, I know it's not easy living in a Babylon, yeah. Crisis, war, whatever war. Ain't giving up, no way. Ain't giving up, no way. Ain't giving up, ain't gonna give up, no way, no. Ain't giving up, no way. Remember Joseph, them fling him in a hole. Jenna, they left him for dead, y'all. I am stronger than the roaring lion. I am stronger than the roaring lion. Oh Lord, and I ain't gonna give him up, no way. No way, no way, yes. Hey, no use in thinking you've seen the light of day, yes. But someone steps in to rain on your parade. Whoa. Your love will keep you safe and sound. As long as Jah is with you, no one can keep you down, no. Ain't gonna give up, no way. Ain't giving up, no way. Ain't giving up, no way, no. Ain't giving up, no way. Ain't
right, well, he's doing the best he can, and he's off the camera because he can't get it working. But welcome to the emergency broadcast version of Lake County Magazine. We have had some problems over the weekend. We had someone break in. They took our cameras. They took a lot of our gear, and we're working with borrowed gear, and my husband is bound and determined to figure out how this is working, and he's having a really hard time, and he's not letting anybody help him. So we're going to let him just have his time and get it figured out, and he'll come join us when he's ready. So I want to thank everybody for joining us here at Lake County Magazine TV and talk show, and I'm Terry Larson, and the one that sits here usually is Pete the Tax Guy. He'll be here hopefully in a minute. Looks like he's making progress. There's no card slot? I don't know. I don't know what to say. I can't say anything. All I can do is just say, you know, we have had some really bad things happen over the weekend. The green tape is on the bottom, right? So, yeah, so somebody came in through our attic, busted in through our bathroom ceiling, came in and took our cameras, tripods, and that tripod, it looks really crooked. Just letting you know, dear. Next time, you know, you should let the technician do the tech work, and your talent. You don't need to do this stuff. Anyway, yeah, they came in through our little bathroom over here. They took computers, laptops, cameras, tripods. Most importantly, can I turn this off? Yeah, I got something running here. Hang on 1 second, folks. Had it all turned down, too. There it goes. And, yeah, so they pretty much got most of our gear. Luckily, they did not get the broadcast equipment that we use to put these shows on. And our good friend Dan Fitzsimmons from Definite Video was kind enough to loan us tripods and cameras so that we can function until the insurance kicks in and we are able to get new cameras. Very disappointing because 99% of what we do here is nonprofit. We don't even make any money to reimburse our expenses or anything. We're a community service. We've always been a community service. We've always been there to provide information and cover events and meetings and important things that are happening in our community, like the fires. And the hard drives that they took, what do you need? Well, I don't know where you put the rest of them. I didn't touch them. Yes, men are such wonderful creatures. Anyway, so, you know, this has been devastating. And the worst part of it is that the hard drives, Peter, they're right there on the edge of that table, I believe. Man. So the hard drives that we had all of our archives on them. And they somehow missed two of them. Well, one of them we had with us, and another one they left behind. But they took like 4 hard drives, I believe, everywhere, every size from 500 gig up to a 4 terabyte. And there was at least 2 terabytes in the mix there. I'm not sure how many of each, because I don't recall exactly which ones are missing as far as how many terabytes. Anyway, there was a ton of storage. And there was a whole bunch of archival footage that I've shot over the last 5 years was stored on those hard drives. So I have put out a plea to whoever might be responsible for this that they please contact us. Well, they don't have to contact us, but return the hard drives somewhere. Give them to anybody. No questions asked. We won't come after you. We will only take care, you know, we'll only take our hard drives back, no questions asked, and there will be a reward. The reward will be more than what you'll be able to get by taking them to a pawn shop or selling them on Craigslist. So you not have any luck here? I don't think it really matters because we're not really doing that. If you don't have it's going to stop in the middle of the, here's another one that probably has this. Hey, he got it. My baby, he's got it. Yep. So yeah, that was our excitement. Well, actually Monday morning, because we were scheduled to do a live broadcast of Vandana Shiva, who was presenting a talk up at the Willits Grange that evening, 6 o'clock on Monday night. So we had been requested to come at no charge again and videotape this wonderful woman and her amazing presentation. And sure enough, we come in here to the office, and Mark's already here, and he's like, I think there's something wrong. It looks like we got robbed. And sure enough, we totally got destroyed. And so it just amazes me that people have such little consideration for what we try to do and what we're trying to do here. I know there's a lot of people that are against us, and you know we saw that with the fire committee situation, and how I was requested to actually step down from the committee after they appointed me based on people making phone calls and putting in their 2 cents about who they think I am. And 99% of those people have no idea who I am. They have no idea what we do here. They have no idea how we help our community. Just as a good example, there was a young lady who made a posting on one of the Facebook pages over on Saturday that said, you know, to the person who stole my son's bike trailer, her son is autistic. His only joy was riding in that bike trailer. And she put a post up saying, you know, you're really a scumbag for doing this, and you know, you've violated all of our lives, and this child is not going to recuperate. Well, a couple of us saw the post, and within 1 day, there was money raised to replace the bike trailer. And $45 of that money was here in the office, and of course they stole that. They stole some other money that someone had left for materials to make some medicine for someone. So the despicableness of this act just goes beyond. Should be a bubble there too, honey. Just goes beyond reality to understand what the depths of these people have done by doing this to us. And honestly, you know, the blessing is that we have insurance. The curse is that we have been completely devastated in the loss of all of our archives. We are working on a documentary about the fires called The Fires of August, and that was going to, we have some of the footage, but that was going to be able to, you know, give you all, and luckily they didn't take one machine. It does have a lot of footage on it, but we were going to be able to take you all on a journey through the fires, you know, from the very first one on to the last one. And it's just, the idea of what these people have done in this act is just shameful. I mean, it totally is completely against all humanity, basically, because we have been always here for our community, and we are always doing things and not getting paid. And now we have to replace everything. And yes, insurance is going to cover a lot of it, but it may not cover all of it. And now we're going to be stuck trying to figure out what the heck's going on. And don't forget, you still need to do the video cable. Okay, thank you. So it's been pretty devastating, and as you can see, we're still adjusting to the whole problem, and it's been difficult. So again, I want to thank Dan Fitzsimmons at Definite Video for the loan of the camera and tripod equipment. Obviously, we're not leaving anything here in the studio. They did fix the hole that the guys came through, but I just now I'm living in fear. So. All right, so I'm going to suggest that we go to a commercial right now, Mark, because Peter needs some help. This has got to stop. I understand what he's trying to do, but it's just not working. So if you could just put the long one up so that you can help him. I'd rather run the ad because we're still having our regular programming. That's the good news. They can slow us down, but they can't stop us. And so, Peter, just wait, okay? Yeah. So we will be back in a couple of minutes. Let me know when you're rolling. I'm ready to go when you are. Because they took my monitor. I have no idea. You have to just start it. Okay. Just do it. All right. Okay. 5, 4, 3. Okay, we'll be back in a couple of minutes, guys. Thanks.
Coming to a home near you. LCM TV is bringing Lake County into the new millennium with news, live broadcast, information, music, talk shows, and local programming, all streaming in high definition online and soon to be on your Roku box. Join us at lcm-tv.com or be a part of our studio audience. You can also watch the shows at lakecountymagazine.com as we provide programming to inform, enlighten, and maybe even enrage you. On Lake County Magazine Talk Show with Terry and Pete the Tax Guy, Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. Joni Lane brings a positive light to you every Monday at 3 p.m. Pasha Space brings an international flair as they discuss ecological, health, and social issues in Haiti with people around the world. End up your week with positive, conscious sounds on Saturday at 9 a.m. with Sister T on the Bridge. This show is also simulcast on KMEC 105.1 FM in Ukiah. Our latest show, LCM TV News, is brought to you live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon, featuring national, regional, and local news, weather, and sports. We have it all here for you on your local TV station, LCM TV. Join us online and soon on Roku, giving you access to all the best Lake County has to offer. We are lcmtv.com, your multimedia connection. Tune in for the fun. It's live TV at its best.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. And yes, we have everything set up and good to go. And I want to welcome my husband back. He's getting his headset. And by the way, you can say hello to Sydney. Hi, Sydney. Yes, what's up, huh? You going to hang out with us today? Yeah. We have a dog-friendly environment here, if you haven't noticed. Okay. Sorry about that. So, as Peter gets his headsets ready to go, and we apologize for being so unprepared today. We were busy yesterday doing inventory for everything that was taken from us. So, we really appreciate your patience. We're sorry about that. Yes, I know. He's been here the whole time. Thank you. Okay, that's because I have him turned down because he was rattling. Okay, back?
I guess
still
I'm back.
rattling. Hold on.
I have hardly any.
I know, I was giving you a little more because you were caught up on your microphone. Hi there, everybody. I have a cranky boy for a husband today. I'm sorry. So would you like to straighten out your hair a little bit and then we can talk about how, besides our robbery, how the rest of our week was. Oh, life is good. What can you say? Yeah, well,
I guess I'm back.
I guess you're back. Mind if I adjust this a little bit? You just got this one little poofy spot that keeps popping up. Okay, good enough. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. Yes.
What?
So what else is new?
Corporate deadlines, folks, in 1 week.
That's it. IRS has them under their thumb, and they're stressing them out.
No, all my clients are stressing me out because they didn't give me their
Well,
damn
isn't
information.
that their fault, though? Why do you let them stress you out? It's their fault. They're the ones that have to deal with the penalties and the consequences. You're doing your job.
Yeah.
I just don't know what else you expect from yourself. I mean, you got to just do the best you can.
Because I'm saving them $500 for late fees.
Oh, well, isn't that their problem then if they decide to ignore your wishes?
Whatever.
All
I
right.
know how I work.
I know, and I'm sick and tired of you getting yourself stressed out over people who can't keep their own stuff together. You know? I mean, that's their responsibility, not yours, in my opinion.
All right.
So, anything else as far as our experiences this last week have?
As soon as I get my memory back.
Okay.
Well, let's see. Saturday you did your show. Saturday morning I cleaned house.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday we went up to the reservation, Rancheria.
Oh, yeah, was
Whatever
that
you guys call it here.
Sunday? Yes, because they got the scratch-off thingies in the mail.
Yeah.
And what a big thing that was. You go do a scratch-off, and you find out if you're a winner of $10,000 or not. So
And what was our luck?
I won $7 in free
Yeah.
play, and then you
And
get thrown in the second chance pit. And if you're selected, 3 people there got $500 each, and of course we were not
Of course
selected
not.
there.
Why would we?
I know. It used to be I had good luck with stuff like that, but lately it hasn't been that way. And now we've been robbed, so my luck really has run out.
Okay. So other than that,
Yeah,
that's all we did.
that's all we did, yeah. And but then Monday we went up to see Vandana Shiva at the
Yeah.
Willits Grange, sponsored by the Charter Project of Mendocino County, which is a very interesting group. They're trying to make Mendocino County a charter county, which is something like county should be thinking about instead of this idiotic Jefferson BS, because it has a lot more effectivity, I think, than Jefferson's going to have. And what it basically, you want to explain it? You probably understand it a lot better than I do.
The charter?
Yeah, how a charter, what the charter does, and
Oh, God, here goes my memory. A charter county is either, first of all, the Board of Supervisors can just pass that and then put it to people to vote. And if they don't do that, then the people can put a referendum together, get it passed, and then that will become law. But what do you call it? Sorry, my memory.
a charter.
A charter county basically, except for certain state agencies like county thing like the sheriff, the DA, and the
That's line 2.
assessor's office. Hang on, folks.
Yep, it is actually. Okay, hello caller. Let me get you turned up. Yeah, 1 second. I'm not sure what mic we're using here. Okay, say hello for me, dear. Hi. Still not getting it. Okay. I
mic-
can hear you,
is
but
the
I
mic
can't
turned
hear
on?
you. I'm trying to get it turned up. Do you know what pot you went into? That one's empty. Okay, go ahead and talk again.
Yes,
Yeah, we got you. It's this
Okay,
way.
sorry about that.
Okay, so hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And I'm trying to get your program here on my internet, but I keep getting a server error in /application.
Okay, and you're on lcm-tv.com?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Let me pull it
Let
up
him
right now.
check it out for you.
What
while
type
you're-
of apparatus are you using?
I'm sorry.
What type of computer are you using?
Well, it's
Is it Apple or is it?
no, it's not Apple.
Okay.
No, and I mean, I listen to you every week.
Mm-hmm.
So it's you know, I mean, I usually go through the routine, enter,
Yeah.
Live Now. When I click on the Live Now button, this is what I'm getting is a server error.
Oh, try getting it from the front page. Instead of going to the enter here, there's a player right on the front page. And if you hit the play button on that, it's coming up for us right now.
Yeah,
so.
you have to double once the.
It might be because we changed the servers that were, maybe that one might be
Yeah, we got it up.
going to the other
So
website
if you're on the front page, you got to
Right.
click and then click again.
to get full screen.
What I come up with when I go to LCM TV, right?
Yep.
I see enter, or you can go down to the LCM talk show, neither of which work.
Okay, but right under below LCM TV, there's a
Player.
player, correct?
Try refreshing your page too.
Yeah, no, there isn't anything like that.
There's no player, then let me make sure you got the right spot because we're looking at it right now on our computers. It's lcm-tv.com is the URL. Okay, and
What comes up for me is your homepage, and then there's a button that says Enter Here,
yeah, don't use that. Scroll down.
and then scrolling down is LCM Talk Show.
Right.
Right, and that one you hit the play button, and that should give you us.
Oh, okay. That's what I tried, but it didn't work.
Well,
So
go ahead and try it
starting-
again while we're here,
Starting says, please stand by starting soon.
Then click again.
or refresh.
No,
Click.
click.
Okay. He says click.
Just right on that.
Do you see like a red icon right in the middle of the screen on that
The arrow.
player?
Below says live. Red button live.
Okay, and then click again.
Okay.
It still says it hasn't started yet.
We're right on screen, dear.
Well, I
then
know
click
we are.
again.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying gotta click twice.
Sorry.
Is it working?
No.
Wow.
No, I mean, I've tried everything that I know, and I know you know a lot more, but
Well, it's on the front. I mean, we're actually looking at it, so we know it's working. But it's on the front
Well,
page, and it's on that player.
let me just tell you that all I have on my screen right now, when I clicked on the talk show, it says please stand by, and then starting soon,
Okay.
and then just below that, where you've got like pause and the mute and
Yeah.
Okay.
mhm,
Click.
okay, it says live with a little red button,
Right.
and that's it.
Click
There's
on the red
nothing
button.
below that. And,
No.
And then except for below that is a white window that says to view the show, start the video. You will see a countdown to start, etc. information.
Right. And that's always on the front page. But the player is definitely working on our computers. And so if you refresh your page and you hit that little
Click right in the middle. of the
click in the
screen.
middle of the screen, it's going to automatically start playing. And you have a player button at the bottom that has pause and play. Make sure that that is also on play. Because everything's working fine here. I don't know. It's a YouTube thing, so if you get YouTube, you shouldn't have a problem with this.
Oh yeah, no, I do get YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sorry to bother you.
No, it's no bother. I'm just sorry you're not able to get it because this
Yeah,
is.
because that's what I get up every
Ah,
Wednesday to listen to.
I'm sorry.
Not that I'm not up early, but I love your program.
Yeah, thank you.
It's just
I can't explain it except to say maybe it just try closing your browser and coming back in. It might be giving you a cached version of the page, and so maybe if you start over fresh, like restart your computer and just try going in again one more time, that might help.
okay.
That's the best I can suggest though, because it is working on our computers.
Okay. Well, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Appreciate the support. I just wish that she was able to be on
Hey,
it.
Mark. What resolution do you set the TriCaster at? I have it set at 720p. Are you sure?
Why, are you having problems now?
I just don't like the quality I'm seeing.
Oh, that's YouTube. That's another problem I have
No.
with them.
No. Anyway. So back to the charter county.
Yes, you're explaining what a charter county.
Okay, except for three elected positions with the DA, the sheriff, and the assessor's office, which are elected, and those three positions do not change from a lawful point of view and the election point of view. However, a charter county, their own statutes, their own ordinances override state. Therefore, you can open up, excuse me, your own county bank. You can basically make all and any decisions you want without you override the state laws, basically. Again, except for those three positions. So being a charter county, you basically control your own future and your own ordinances and everything else, so you don't have
Well,
to worry
it
about
seems
the
like
state.
a pretty smart thing to do.
There's good points and bad points, I think. First of all, you got to have a county large enough to generate the revenues. And unfortunately, I think Lake County, with the unemployment rate and the people on disability here, I don't think they generate enough revenue.
Really?
Well, when you got supervisors being paid $60,000+ a year with benefits, you have
Well, I wonder
sheriff.
what Mendocino supervisors make.
Well, Mendocino County is very large. They have people who are employed.
They have money
They
too.
have middle class to upper class people.
And yeah, they have a
And so,
thriving cannabis
so a charter
industry.
county is going to be, it's like the Jefferson State. Show me the budget, show me the revenue streams that can compensate for the services that the county has to provide in lieu of the state, or the lack of money coming in from the state because we're now a charter county. So it's not just, this hippy dippy, oh, I want to be on my control of everything. Unfortunately, you got to have the revenues.
Yeah, we don't have them here.
I don't, I don't know for a fact, but I would like to make the assumption that we probably don't. We'll get our.
It's an interesting concept.
It is absolutely, and I think it's a great idea that the people at the county level can regulate their own needs and wants, but there's a sacrifice for that, and that sacrifice is revenues.
Exactly.
So unless you're willing to increase the local sales tax, what's our dog's name? Jenkins. Jenkins, where are you going? Sorry, folks. We're trying to get him
Acclimated?
acclimated. Hey, kid. Anyway,
He's adjusting just fine.
right. So I think the charter county is awesome, and I think it does reap a lot of benefits to the individuals or the citizens of the county. But it's like anything else, money talks, unfortunately. So all your great ideas are there, but without the money, it ain't going to happen. So, but for those who might be interested, go online, contact Mendocino County.
No, they're called, I get the exact name of it. I have it up here. The
Yeah.
URL is right here,
All right.
MendocinoCountyCharter.org.
Yep.
And you can go there and learn about what charter counties are. And we should, by this afternoon, maybe have Vandana Shiva up for broadcast.
Don't talk to me, talk to him.
Well, I'm just saying.
Did you save it as a streaming file? Or otherwise we
You
got to
can't save
Okay.
it as a streaming file.
So it's up to
There's-
him. He has to re-record it.
I know that, dear. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
I really
So-
don't like our quality of our video today.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Pete. It could be the cameras, it could be the cables, it could be a lot of things.
All right.
We've been violated. It's kind of hard to feel comfortable in our situation that we're in right now. And it's a shame, but that's what's happened. Anyway, Dr. Vandana Shiva is an internationally known PhD who has been fighting against GMOs, Monsanto, the powers that be that want to eliminate seed saving, and all kinds of other wonderful things. She works with different organizations throughout the world. She's on a panel in Italy that is focusing on how to, make massive worldwide changes, not just small changes in neighborhoods, but encouraging the idea of local communities. And the reason she went to Willits is exactly because the Mendocino County Charter People Project is exactly in alignment with the type of policy that she promotes, which is a locally based government, and so with a sustainable future. So being able to exchange seeds, she made some good points about the California seed law and how they have actually passed a law in California now that says you cannot trade seeds with anybody of your neighbors who might be more than 3 miles away from you. What? How can they get away with that? So there's a lot of really weird stuff going on, and unfortunately, it's our government in action, and we have to fight back. And by doing a charter county, this is one way Mendocino has decided that they can fight back. So she spent over an hour sitting up on the stage at the Willits Grange and giving us stories about her experiences with big governments, with big corporations. And it was really fabulous. So it will be posted on the Mendocino County Charter.org website. And there is a pay-per-view. It's $5. And you can join that discussion. And you just pay with the PayPal button on the website. And you'll get a password that'll get you onto the YouTube page that will be broadcasting that experience. And
Well, without asking the obvious question,
yes.
why would a rule of exchanging seeds exist?
You got to ask the state of California.
That
It
doesn't
only
make any
exists to
sense.
benefit Monsanto. It only exists to benefit Monsanto and Bayer and all these other agricultural giants because they want to control the
Well,
food.
are seeds a legal entity?
Seeds are a legal
Thank you.
entity.
So therefore, it's violating our constitutional rights to be able
It
to
is.
exchange product with somebody else.
And she encourages everyone to trade seeds with your neighbors that live longer than 3 miles away. She says, "Go ahead, break the law."
Well, basically, the law's stupid, and I think
Exactly,
it's
it's totally stupid.
I mean, if there,
I don't
if
even know
this
how
was,
it got passed in the state of California.
if this was saying, well, you can't exchange cocaine with your friends within 3 miles, that'd be stupid.
How do they plan on enforcing this?
Oh,
I don't know if they can.
it's the seed police. So instead of putting money towards social avenues or whatever, they're going to call half seed police. I'm being facetious, folks.
No, it's just sad. So,
I just don't get it.
and so yeah, that's our future, though. Our future is being regulated, and our future is being put under strict rules and regulations that do not allow us to save food and do things for ourselves.
I guess.
So we have to follow what the big corporations want us to do.
If you say so.
Well, that's what they want.
Since when have you ever followed anything?
Oh, I didn't say I was going to do it, but I'm just saying they want the masses to do it. There's no way I'll do whatever the hell I want, and they can just try and deal with me from there. So,
Okay. Sorry, folks. I haven't had much sleep the last few days.
yeah, it's been a little stressful. It has.
We have a lot of
Unfortunately.
things going on and opportunities, and it's getting on my overpowering.
Getting you a little stressed out, my dear?
Yeah.
Yeah, it tells. I can tell. It's kind of hard sometimes.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, well. And your point is?
there was no Board of Supervisors meeting this week.
That's right. Remember, they only have 3 weeks a
I
month
know,
now.
but usually I thought it was the third week of the month.
Well, they probably pick according to what their schedules or needs are.
It needs.
What their needs. Not the needs of the people, what their needs are.
And there's still no video up from last week.
Yeah, I've been
The
getting
budget
some
meeting.
complaints about that. Is this door over here open?
That's because this one can't be.
Yeah, I know, but would you please, Mark?
So that's interesting. There's no. I would think they would have videoed the budget meetings, but there's no video.
Well, did you really expect that to have full transparency?
Well,
that
that's what,
doesn't shock me at all.
No, I know, but either they're very lazy or they're just not going to do it. And if they're not going to do it, then I'm going to file a formal complaint. Not that anyone
Oh,
gives a
don't
damn.
say that. You probably won't do that either.
Thank you.
I mean, I'd love to see you do that, but it's like every week there's a formal complaint on something.
Not by me.
Unfortunately. Well, there's grounds for one. Is no one there?
Yeah,
Okay.
barking at somebody walking by. So
Well, I just don't want our guests to be left out in the cold, so.
it's kind of warm out today.
And we don't have the keys for the other doors.
No, we don't. So anyway, we're probably boring people half to death here.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at some of the stuff. There's no board of supervisors meeting this week. Last week they had a special meeting for their budgets. I was going to start doing a weekly overview of the budget, what they're doing. Unfortunately, because of what happened this weekend, I have not had time. So I will guarantee you next week we'll start going through the budget because there's some very interesting items on there. Matter of fact, that's one question we're going to be asking. Did you announce our guest?
Not yet.
Are you going to?
If you'd like to, I think it would be a good idea.
Yeah, because that goes into my next subject.
Well, go ahead.
Folks, I'm sorry. We're having...
It's a rough day today. What can I say?
Uh,
Our guests
Thank
today
you.
are Lieutenant Hector Paredes from CHP, Commander of CHP,
Clear Lake Division.
the Clear Lake Division, our guys, and also Corey Reynolds, who is the Public Information Officer.
Yes.
And I believe they're coming in the 11 o'clock hour.
I
I'm
think
not sure, but
whatever.
I think that's
Hopefully they remember.
And we'll find out when they show up.
Yep. And so I have a very specific question I'm going to ask them. So I'm not gonna,
Specific?
No, I can go back to work and do the show on your own.
I said that I would do that.
I have a direct. Don't leave me alone.
Sorry.
I haven't even had a chance to eat my
If we
burrito.
can't have fun, what the hell is it worth? You
Folks,
know?
do you mind if I eat my breakfast while I'm talking?
Well, talk first, then eat.
Okay. I have a specific. Is that right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
It's all
Fine.
yours.
No. That's where you're going to be today. I'll just be the mount. I'll just be the.
I
the-
just needed to laugh. I'm
I
sorry.
will
And you're always such a good target.
I
for
will
that.
just be the.
No, that's okay. I'm good.
I have a very specific question to ask our lovely CHP law enforcement officers.
I don't think they'd appreciate it if you called them lovely.
Why? They're nice people. The commander is actually a very nice gentleman.
Yes. Well, they're both really nice.
Well, I know Corey is, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying the commander you expect to be a little bit hard-nosed, enforce the laws at all costs, blah, blah, blah. This gentleman is just so easy to talk
No,
to.
he's a
very
nice man.
quiet individual, not something you would expect from our typical street officers.
Well, he's not a street.
No, but he was at some point.
Yeah.
So he's just a nice guy, and you can basically have a very quality conversation. You could know subject would be off the boundaries. Sorry, folks, I'm not thinking well
No,
today.
you're not. I keep trying to let you carry it, but you
I
can't.
can't today.
I am sorry.
So anyway, so they're coming in, and they're good conversationalists, and we'll be asking them some kind of nice questions and get their feedback on that. And they
Okay.
called us to be on our show, so I assume they have
Well,
some.
we had made arrangements with them to come back, so
Right, but
they said it was time to come back.
That's fine.
Yeah.
They may have some
Very happy
specific
about that.
subjects they want to talk about, maybe some
Yeah.
community events,
They
possibly.
do have the Smart Start program that's upcoming, I believe.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe about talk about that.
Mhm.
So let me see what else we got going. Okay, I've wasted almost an hour.
Yeah.
Yep, that's good.
Well, you
So-
wasted a half of that hour with that damn camera.
Well, you didn't. We're borrowing these cameras, folks.
I
and
don't
they're-
have to tell you. You have to know they're not our cameras. They're going to be different.
They're 3 different cameras with 3 different power cords and 3 different what we call pigtails.
Two different kinds
Whatever.
of pigtails. Yeah.
So I grab a camera, grab the power cord. The power cord it's not with that camera, so I put that way, grab the other one. Then I realize the HML connection to our TriCaster,
HDMI.
whatever, is the wrong one. So I'm back and forth with 2 different cameras. I can't find the card slots because they're totally different than what I'm used to. So yeah, I had a problem.
Wah, wah, wah. I'm sorry. I just don't know why you just didn't say, "Hey, I'm having a
Because he
problem
was
with
setting
this."
up the TriCaster. He did come over to help
yes,
me.
he did, and you kicked him out.
No, I didn't.
Told him go away.
I told him.
I got this.
By the way, folks, just for those who are listening that actually may be clients of mine, this break-in, robbery, violation of our personal possessions did not affect me or my clients. Believe it or not, they left my desktop alone,
His computer.
my computer, which has all my client files information.
Well, thank you for announcing that to the
I
world,
shouldn't have said that.
dumbass.
So I'm a dumbass.
Peter,
Anyway,
Peter, Peter.
it is multiple password protected. But they left all my stuff alone, including client files and everything. So
Well, that was very kind of them.
yes, it was, wasn't it? So anyway,
Anyway, he will not be storing all of his files on his computer in the office anymore.
nah, they're going to be backed up to external hard drives, and I'll just take those home with me every night. So
But the thing of it is, they took my hard drives. That's really the painful thing.
yeah, what can I say?
All my work.
Funny, the story that I just got from I subscribe to several accounting, electronic media type programs,
Okay,
whatever.
we get it.
And the first one today is resolving the theft of tax client's identity.
Oh, ha, ha, ha. Well, luckily, nobody got their identities
No,
thieved.
absolutely not, thank God.
Yeah, these guys were strictly about the dollar
Yeah,
amounts.
exactly. Which is why I still don't understand why they didn't take a desktop. But that's
Because
okay.
it's old. It's over 3-4 years old.
It's actually, I bought it in 2011.
Right, so it's almost, well, it is 4 years old.
Yes, so.
So that's an antique in the computer industry.
Yeah, but it still works extremely well.
Doesn't matter. They don't give a crap about that. And when they got laptops they can carry out the door
Well, true.
versus a big, huge desktop that has to be, by the time they got to that room, they were probably so tired from taking everything else they took.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks.
Really?
What?
You're yawning?
Yeah, I am. This conversation is so stimulating.
Well, I love you too.
Well, like I said, I'll get in the mood here in a second.
Well, you got 5 minutes till break time, so.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's see, going through some of this news stories here if I can find. Well, one tidbit of information.
Ooh, a tidbit? I
A
like
tidbit.
tidbits.
That's all it is. I have a dear friend in Australia. His son married a Yank out of Detroit. An American, excuse me. Out of Detroit. And she has now been in Australia for 5 years, I think it is now. 4 years. And she does not work down there. Her husband makes a good living doing graphic design work and other stuff. One or two. Okay.
Why don't you turn that phone ringer down?
And my messmate contacted me by email saying, I have a paying client for you. I'm like, okay. And he told me it was his daughter-in-law, and I'm like, okay, so what's the problem? Well, I guess the IRS contacted her all the way down in Aussie.
No way.
Yep. And said, you haven't filed tax returns in 5 years. And she really didn't have a clue what to do, so she wrote the IRS and said, well, I haven't made any money, so I have nothing to declare. I'm not required to file a tax return. And basically they wrote back and said, well, we don't care. You're required because you're living overseas, and
really?
because all income is reportable, and since you married, then all of your income is reportable, meaning the Aussie income.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
Yeah, they own everything about us, don't
yeah.
they?
So, since she married an Aussie, even though he's not an American citizen, she is still. So, they're required to file a joint tax return over here.
Wow.
So, luckily, they get tax credits from what they pay in Australia, but the point is, it's stupid.
Yeah.
So, and they,
And in the meantime, corporations who own foreign outside the U.S. are allowed to get away with not paying any taxes.
basically.
It's pretty much okay for them.
Yeah. And of course, my friend Dave said, well, charge your regular fees and do what you need to do. And I'm like, really? You expect me to charge family?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he said, well, we're family, but we're not. I said, no, Dave, we're family, and you damn well know it. So anyway, I just thought it was interesting that the IRS actually contacted her.
It's actually disgusting.
Yeah. And there's certain,
I'm sure they're not wealthy people.
they do okay, but
I
they're
mean,
not
it's
wealthy.
not, yeah.
No. But, for Australian standards, they do well, but they're not multimillionaires.
It's ridiculous.
So anyway, I got to write some letters and tell the IRS basically go to hell. And
In a handbasket?
yeah, basically. Because there are certain procedures and laws, and, we may have to file 0 tax returns.
Yeah.
Well, actually not 0, but showing his income, but his taxes will offset any American taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's stupid because she doesn't work, and she's the American citizen, resident, whatever.
It's very stupid.
It is stupid, so, that's just another thing.
Our government in action.
Yeah, trying to grab every penny they can, but leave the big boys alone.
Right.
So that's not very good.
It isn't. It's like they're just building everything on the backs of the people.
Yeah.
That's what I hate.
Yep. So let's see what else is going on. Weather is extremely,
Volatile.
that's a big word. We're supposed to be,
Hot.
Lakeport has been projected to be 103 today.
Jeez.
What was that?
Oy vey. he
Oy
said.
vey? I didn't know you were Jewish. Yeah, whatever. And San Francisco was 92 yesterday, and every single person that we heard about was whining about the temperature. Whine, 92 degrees. Oh my God,
Look,
it's so
not
hot.
everybody was fortunate enough or unfortunate enough to live in Phoenix. All
But
right,
if
don't
it-
be critical of people just because they can't take the heat.
Well, it shows you their lack of,
Shows you that they're not used to the heat.
and they're actually shutting down some of the schools today because they don't have air conditioning in the
Yeah,
rooms.
well, they never get snow days, so they might as well take advantage of it somewhere. I think that's fine.
You
Let the
would.
kids have a break.
That's why you got straight A's in high school,
Did I ever say that? I had snow days in high school.
as I said.
We were allowed snow days.
Well, so was I back in New York.
We don't get enough snow here for snow days.
I'll go up further north. Move to Colorado.
No thanks. I don't
Move
want
to
snow
Montana.
days. What the hell is wrong with you?
You like to ski?
Yeah, but only on vacation. God,
Oh, God, I can't.
you are in a mood today.
Yeah, I am,
I
actually.
see that.
Ah,
God help us all.
you're pushing it.
I thought I already done pushed it.
Well, actually, you have, but that's beside the point. Where are my puppies? They're the only ones who understand me.
I don't know. Jenkins was underneath our feet here.
Yeah. And by the way, if you didn't, folks, you didn't hear
Is he
this.
still there?
Who? What?
Jenkins.
Oh, is he keeping you company?
Yeah, I get. No, he's under my feet.
Oh, there he is.
There he is, keeping guard.
He's a very unusual animal.
Mm.
Not that I'm not used to having small puppies around me, but this.
Well, we aren't used to having small puppies
This
around
this
us.
puppy Jenkins literally is by us 24/7. I wake up in the morning, he follows me upstairs. If I come back downstairs, he follows me. If we're both sitting in the room, he's sitting right next to our legs, or in the small bed right next to us. He would not leave us. If we go outside, he's so excited about going in the car, he can't control himself.
He starts barking, 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 barking.
We
Oh,
come home
my.
in the afternoon, evening from work, he just literally runs around the pool table in circles. He actually, what are you laughing at?
It is cute. He's
I got
adorable.
home yesterday, and he literally went upstairs, grabbed his toy, came right downstairs, and gave it to me.
Yes, exactly.
Then I let him out. He takes the toy outside, comes on back in with his toy. He's just like,
I think he has adjusted to us.
yeah, you think? We had him, what, a week?
Yeah. Jenkins. Come here, Jenkins.
Oh, no, you're not going to do that.
Yeah, well,
We're trying to
we
tell
already
him not.
introduced Sydney.
I know, but,
Now we can introduce Jenkins
oh, God, give me
to our
strength.
newer viewers. Yes, hello, Jenkins.
The point is, we discipline him in a very polite way. It's not
Jenkins.
allowing him on the couch in the bed. So what does my wife do? She calls him to go on her lap.
Well, he gets slap time. He does. He's not a needy dog. He doesn't need to be in your lap 24/7. But as you can see, he does enjoy being held. And he likes to have his little 5 minutes of lap time every night. That's all. He's just a little guy. I can give Sydney big hugs because she's a big dog. I can't give him those kind of hugs without picking him up. Right? Right, Jenkins? What do you think, Jenkins? What do you think, Jenkins?
Can
look
you see him
miserable.
on? Can you see him on screen, Mark?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
You
I
look
got the
miserable.
delay.
Don't be so miserable.
Also see who's got who wrapped around their little paw.
You got that right.
It's my little boo-boo.
Look
Yes,
at him.
he is.
See, he sounds
He's a
asleep.
sweet boy. Yes, he is.
And
All
every
right,
morning,
enough of that.
yeah, and every morning I get up to start making coffee for my
Just
wife.
very well behaved.
He's
Yes,
sitting
you are.
at our bedroom door like, oh God, he's up. Oh God,
Yeah.
he's up. Okay, can
Because
we
he
have?
really doesn't like being left out of the bedroom, but I really don't like sleeping with dogs. I'm okay with cats because they're kind of unobtrusive, but dogs are different. They smell different. They have different attributes.
McClintock
that
would have been.
I would never have. I told you if you wanted the dog, you couldn't have me. Remember? If you wanted the dog in the bed, you could not have me. Now you're regretting your decision, aren't you?
I'm not going to touch that line at all. I had a beautiful Doberman that was red
Yeah.
Doberman with floppy ears and
He
a
was
long
beautiful.
tail, and he was my best mate. And he would just wait for me by the front door. Or he'd go with me, but he was a great dog. And before I met my lovely wife here, I didn't have the best marriage on earth, so McClintock used to come in the bedroom and just lay on the other side of the bed with me, and we just have a good old snooze. And he was just the most loving
He was a
dog.
good dog, but he was used to sleep in the bed. But he adapted well to
Yes, he
not
did.
going to the bed.
Cursed you out every time, but
He didn't mind so much.
no, he was a good dog.
He was.
So
I think we need to take a break.
I'm sure they would be willing and wanting to take a break.
They're
from
like,
us
yes,
right now.
please take a break. We got to replace our eardrums here. All this weird stuff you guys are talking about.
Anyway, weird stuff.
Yes.
But okay, let's take a break and let's talk about Stefan Colbert.
Oh yes,
Let's
the
take a break
new
first.
late night.
Yes,
with-
and
with what was it? The new late night with starring Stephen Colbert.
the new band. What's the new
But
band
that's
called?
the name of the show now. The new late night with starring Stephen Colbert.
Starring?
Yes, he said that last
Like
night.
We Star. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's the new
Okay.
late night show.
Okay, we're going to talk about Stephen Colbert instead of Colbert. and the repair, it is lack of rapport. The
Oh, you
Col-
know what? Let me get our CD set up.
Yeah, for those who know about the Colbert Report, in his Comedy Central station days, he was a very good political satirist. And we're going to go through his
You
show
need
yesterday.
to give me a minute because remember we
Okay.
got issues with
We got a
YouTube
lot
and
of issues
music,
today.
so I got to make sure I select the right music.
Okay, while she's doing that, folks who may give a damn,
There are people out there that give a damn?
there might be,
Oh,
though we are very. Never mind. I'm not going to go down the road either. The chief executive and 2 senior officials of United Airlines resigned yesterday amid a federal investigation into whether the airline had traded favors with the chairman of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. That sounds like the dude here with PG, and that was that.
PG&E and what is
Yeah.
it? Oh God, what do they call the UPC? Or
I don't know. It's the oversight. That can be anyway.
By the
So-
way, that opening song that we played after Humans Breathe was Ain't Giving Up by Third World, because we ain't giving up no matter what. Just wanted to get that out there. And we're only playing music that we have been given to play on our show, so copywriters out there who are trying to
Leave us alone.
sabotage us, this is all music that the artists have provided.
But how does YouTube know that?
Well, because if it's off a major record label, they figured that it has to have royalties.
Okay, and this is not off a major label?
No, these are all home produced or produced by,
Oh, they do their own stuff.
yeah,
Okay. So anyway,
so it's legal.
the big shots of United Airlines have got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. And they all were forced to resign. And the United States Attorney for New Jersey is investigating the airlines to see if they will reinstate the money-losing flights to the airport near the weekend home of the authorities. Basically what they're doing is they were canceling all of their flights that were not profitable. And I guess the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey said, okay, that's cool. And I won't ask what they may have gotten in return because it's not in the article, and I'm not going to make any assumptions, though I'm sure there was some cash being laid out between the two. Let's see what else I got on that one.
I'm ready when you are.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Well, you ready?
Yep.
Are you done?
Nope.
Well, why don't you finish first and then we'll go?
Okay.
You are so weird today. Okay.
Anyway, to follow up on the story, one of the gentlemen that is assigned to the Port Authority, he is the chairman of the Port Authority Board. He was actually appointed by President-to-be or President running Chris Christie.
Governor. Jersey
He's
governor.
current governor and presidential candidate for the Republican Party. Actually appointed this gentleman, and I guess like many of Mr. Christie's appointments, they don't have necessarily the best ethics in the world.
What a shock.
I know. Yeah. So United Airlines basically said, oh, I guess we did get caught with our hand in the cookie jar, so I guess all our top guys are going to resign to show that we really care and we won't accept that. But
Wow.
their nonprofit flights are still canceled, so it is what it is. Welcome to the real world, folks. And we can go from there. And they're the third largest airline, too. So
That is
I can't think what American
not
Airlines
good.
might be doing or some of the other ones.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
So you never hear anything about Southwest, though. They just do their own thing. and-
Southwest keeps their nose clean. That's why.
And no baggage fees. That's what
That's
I like
right.
about them.
That's right.
So,
So that was our free plug.
by the way,
Yes.
if I decide to go to Phoenix
Yes.
and I
which you
book
should.
our airfare soon,
Yes.
it's $200 round trip.
That's why I'm telling you, do it.
So,
You need to go. You need to spend time with your mom.
yeah.
She was expecting you, and now you're not going to let her down. I think
But I can
that's
play
a great.
baseball, right?
No, I don't care. It's up to you. You want to tear your shoulder up more? That's your.
I don't think
decision.
I can tear it anymore.
Well, that's your decision.
And I'm hoping the X-rays and the MRI.
I'm not going
come
to tell
back.
you no because I know what it means to you. So, as a good wife, I can't stop you from doing what you want to do.
No,
that
but
makes
you're
you
going to bitch
happy.
at me like hell.
I will when you make it worse. Yeah.
No, I don't think I can make it any worse. I really don't.
Never say that.
Okay, folks, I'm going to show you something. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera. So, Mark, let me know. That's the farthest I can move my right shoulder up.
Poor baby.
And then if I extend it. You like that one, didn't you? And then I can't.
I get no respect
I
around
can't.
here.
That's the farthest I can bring my arm back. And then if you do the old chiropractic move, if I push my left arm down, ouch, my right shoulder hurts, but I can't put my hand. But then if I go this way, I can't even hold my shoulder up.
Honey, and then you think you can play baseball?
Absolutely.
God damn it.
And yes, it can get worse from there.
You are so bad.
Why? How can it get any worse?
You couldn't move it at all, possibly.
Right. You could be completely immobilized with
Just
this.
dangling on the side.
Yeah, hanging by a thin tendon.
Well, the X-rays should be back by. Well, the X-rays are done. It's a matter of the doctor with him or her or its schedule needs to find out what's going on so I can get my MRI scheduled. So I need to get that done.
Well, you need to call them.
Yeah, I was going to do that, but with everything that happened.
Yeah, I know. We've been on emergency.
Yeah.
So we never did unpack from the Rocky Fire.
No.
So we're still thank goodness, because that saved a lot of stuff.
Remind me to contact. I think her name was Yvonne.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, we need
Kind
to
of go
keep
through
that
that.
going.
Yes, absolutely. So, okay, let's. Did we take a break yet?
No, you can't. You never stop talking.
Well, you told me to continue talking
Well,
until
I
you had the
didn't mean
music
for the
ready.
re-
Well,
I
tell me
said-
what the hell to do.
I said I was ready when you're ready. You heard me say that 3 times, right, Mark?
Folks, how many years have I been married?
All right. We'll be back after this.
Baby.
Now these are times that try our souls. The masterminds have lost control. Drunk with power and poisoned by their greed. Now they don't leave much of a choice. Go to hell or raise your voice. There ain't no middle ground for us to plead. We're on the edge of another time, the cutting edge. Our lives are on the line. No telling what we will find on the edge. Our backs against the wall, the cutting edge. We can break through or fall, but there ain't no question at all. We're on the edge. Now deep behind a TV screen, a demon monster lives its dream. Who has got the strength to look away? Outside the door, the planet burns. The son of mammon has returned. Did we think there'd be no price to pay? We're on the edge of another time, the cutting edge. Our lives are on the line. No telling what we will find on the edge. Our backs against the wall, the cutting edge. We can break through or fall, but there ain't no question at all. We're on the edge. Now Mother Earth looks on and cries. Her children have been hypnotized. What can wake us from our final days? So as the Stone Age comes again, baptism is by fire, my friend. We can purify or fall into the blaze. Hey, we're on the edge of another time, the cutting edge. Our lives are on the line. No telling what we will find on the edge. Our backs against the wall, the cutting edge.
shows the water is rising. Both feet on the ground, the head up in the sky. The water is rising. The sun is warm, still it's getting hotter. Water is life, and life is made of water. This particular water has its grain of salt too much. Lost ground long before, desperate to get in touch with a world that seems so strange for us to see. But people smile, the mind seems to be free, yeah. In a world that we're bound to share, and there must be some other way to live. This is the land of the free. The children play outside and their mind seems to run different. This is the land of the free. The people open-minded and their time runs different. This is the land of the free. Oh, believe me, everything's so much different. This is the land of the free. Oh, and I don't wanna leave yet. And I don't wanna leave yet. After a long trip you reach the ocean, both feet on the ground, the water is in motion. With every step I can feel every grain of sand. Every breath takes me closer to the promised land. And the water that rained down is drops of freedom across my skin. And I am saying, in a world that's so strange for us to see, while people smile, the mind seems to be free, yeah. In a world that we're bound to share, and there must be some other way to live. This is the land of the free. The children play outside and the mind seems to run different. This is the land of the free. The people open-minded and the time runs different. This is the land of the free. Oh, believe me, everything's so much different. This is the land of the free. Oh, and I don't wanna leave yet. I don't wanna leave yet. I got to tell you again, yeah. This is the land of the free. The children play outside and their mind seems to run different. This is the land of the free. The people open-minded and the time runs different. This is the land of the free. Oh, believe me, everything's so much different. This is the land of the free. Oh, and I don't wanna leave yet. And I don't wanna leave yet. I don't wanna leave yet. And I don't wanna leave yet.
Yeah, this is the land of the free. You know that.
Yeah, whatever.
That's what they want anyway. That's what they want to think.
Can't even exchange tomato seeds, and we're in the country of the free. Whatever.
And that is Martin Zobel and Soul Rise, presented by Fully Foolwood.
Okay. Who that?
I just want to make an announcement that all the music that you hear played on this show is music that was given to us by the artists, and we have permission to play it on all of our shows.
So those who do
take that.
Look at our show archived wise, the last 2 shows we've been censored by playing other type of music.
So
even
we are
though
only
we bought
playing
it.
music that we have permission to play.
Right, exactly.
Hopefully this will save us from being clipped off, because honestly, after this robbery and everything, we don't have the $1,500 a year in fees it takes to pay for royalty. And I'd much rather use music that is locally produced or is provided to us by local artists or people that we know personally, which is what this music is.
I'm still contemplating, folks, of turning everything we do into a nonprofit organization so we can beg for money like the other people we used to do our show with. Can I mention their name?
Of course you can.
KPFC. They do fundraising, I don't know, once a quarter, I think, to pay for their rent and their utilities and the manager's, the alleged manager's salary and all that good stuff. So we may have to do that to help pay for some of our expenses. Not that I would make demands, but occasional, by the way, folks, we have an electric bill too. So.
Well, you know what? After what's happened now with this robbery, it really is kind of important for us to gauge whether we are important to our community or not. And if we are important to you and you like the information that we bring you, and you want to be able to know what's going on in the community, both the good and the bad, then support our station, because that's what we're here for.
Well, that wasn't meant to be a...
No, we weren't really soliciting. We don't really do that, but I'm at the point right now where we're actually considering a GoFundMe account to see if to try to help us recoup some expenses.
Did you turn my volume up, or is it...
You're up.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, yes, enough of that. But yeah.
Anyway, it's just very, very disappointing because we want to be here for the people. That's the bottom line. We want to be here for the community, but we can't do it at our expense.
Yeah, it's
we just need to start really soliciting some kind of donations and stuff.
Yeah. And by the way, folks, this robbery or B&E that we had, there's been multiple businesses in our area that also incurred the same problem.
Yeah, there seems to be a rash of robberies in Lower Lake.
Yeah, which is very unfortunate because you'd think in this area that we'd have, not lock the doors at home and have some freedoms and stuff. But I guess whoever these individuals are making havoc for our business is here. And we're looking at probably had to be a minimum of 3 people that are doing what they're doing. So anyway, on a more lightning? No.
Somebody's going to hear something, and if you hear something, just let us know. Like we said before, no questions asked. We just want our hard drives back. The rest of it we don't care about. Just get us back our hard drives.
Yeah, computers are replaceable. The hard drives, the information in there's not. So anyway, for those who don't know Stephen Colbert, he had a political satire show on Comedy Central for many, many years. And he stopped that show after 10 years or whatever it was. I think he just had enough because he became the replacement for Letterman? David Letterman, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say Art Linkletter. I don't know where the hell that name came out of my memory.
Your brain just isn't functioning correctly.
I wonder if anyone knows who Art Linkletter is out there.
Some of the old folks do.
I guess. Anyway, David Letterman retired several months ago, and Mr. Colbert came on as his replacement. And as I said, when he was on Comedy Central, he was just hilarious regarding his political satire, even the way he interviewed his guests.
Oh, he was so funny.
He was just hilarious. So and then when he stopped his show, he said, "Well, the true me is going to be coming out on the talk show." And honestly, I'm not sure if that's better or worse. So anyway, it was his first show last night. Whoops, sorry, Jenkins, didn't mean to kick you. they had the dude's name.
George Clooney.
Thank you, George Clooney, Mr.
I'm
Wonderful.
sorry, it's two brains working for one brain today.
Are you in?
I'm your second brain.
Okay. Anyway, Clooney?
George Clooney.
Clooney, thank you. I don't follow these.
Son of Rosemary Clooney.
Yeah, I knew that. I think. Anyway, I don't care about actors and actresses in Hollywood because they're all a bunch of overpaid people. And they think they govern the politics of this country, some of them. Including Clooney. He's real politically active. And what's his name? The guy I don't like. Can you remember his name?
The governor?
No, the actor.
George Clooney.
No, the other one that I don't like.
That was on
No,
Stephen Colbert.
Clooney was cool. He's all
Peter,
right.
I have no idea what you're talking
Never
about.
mind.
You're not completing sentences and getting thoughts out properly.
What else is
You want to
new?
start over?
Okay. By the way, folks, last night was the first episode. Anyway, Stephen Colbert had Clooney as a guest, and then he had Jed Bush as a guest. And his interview with Clooney was weird. And they really emphasized the fact that Clooney had no current movie, nothing he was working on, no director. He was just not doing anything. So they came up with this fake movie because they were looking at each other like, okay, what should we talk about? And obviously this was rehearsed and it was planned and all that good stuff. But they invented this movie. It has some really cheap, cheesy scenes. It was almost like not even a B movie. It was almost like a D movie. It was that pathetic. So they're making up this story plot as they went along, and it was kind of okay, I guess. But they had no real subject matter. I mean, he's an activist. He's involved in a lot of nonprofits. I think the interview could have gone more into a serious mode of talking about.
I thought it was boring.
It was.
personally.
So then he finally
And
left.
I love Stephen Colbert.
Yeah. So Clooney left
I
after a
didn't
few
care
minutes.
for the band. I thought that was.
That's what
Yeah,
I was
he
about to
came
go
on
into
after.
before you interrupted me.
Oh, see, now you're going to jump on Mark's case. Huh?
Hell yeah.
Damn, I think we need to lock you in the closet for the rest of the day.
With whom?
No, by yourself.
I wasn't going to go down
Mark's
that road.
not on mic, but he said he's not him. He spent 18 years in the closet.
Anyhow, on another
Thanks for
note.
that, Mark.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Jed Bush interview was
Jeb,
actually.
Jeb.
What did I say?
Jed.
Well, you
Jeb.
know who Jed is, don't you?
No.
The Hillbilly show.
Hillbillies.
Yes.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Jed Bush.
All right.
No, it wasn't Jed Bush. It was
Yeah,
Jed.
Jed. Whatever.
Whatever.
Clamp it.
Clamp it. That's right. Clamp it. That was a good series to a certain extent.
Will you please get... these people are going nuts. You won't get to the point.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tired.
Of me?
Just tired.
Okay. Anyway, the interview on Jeb, exclamation mark, Bush.
Yeah, that's his logo, Jeb with the exclamation. It's exciting, he says.
And that's what Colbert asked him, why the exclamation mark? He said, because I'm exciting and I'm emphasizing my points. And anyway, I thought it was a good conversation between the two of them, even though they did not get into any real serious politics. Colbert was almost back to his normal self. But they're talking, basically he asked one question, which I thought was a good question, was what made him different than his brother from a political point of view? What were the political or platform differences? And basically he said, I'll give him credit for it, I think him being honest, was that he basically stated that he's more of a conservative in regards to funding a government. He said that the government programs are out there to help the needy, low-income people, people who can't find jobs, people who are one-person family, supporting one-income families. I'll speak English here in a second, guys. And Jeb with a B, exclamation mark, said, no, we need to stop wasting money. We need to start saving money. We need to put more money back in the economy to help these individuals. Versus his brother, he said, well, he didn't really,
Excuse me.
he was spending more money than we should have, blah, blah, blah. And he said, the other thing is that he said his brother was not very good or did not push the Republican Party and the heads of it to really adjust to his programs, and instead of having some of the internal fight that goes on even today. So he said he wants to have a more of an interaction with the heads of the Republican Party. He's way too cute.
I know.
And try to have a more peace in the family within the Republican Party. And he basically also stated that as governor of Florida, and I don't know this guy, I didn't follow Florida politics at the time, he said he worked very well with the Democrats in trying to pass some of his bills, and that he doesn't see why he cannot do the same as president. And then the last thing, if I can remember correctly, because I just thought about it 2 seconds ago, was that he vetoed, I think, what do you say, 2,500 odd bills as governor. So he rejected these bills because it was not, he felt that the money that they were allocating was not being spent correctly, and he had to keep within his budget in Florida. So he wants to do the same thing. I know. You spoiled him already.
What the heck's wrong with him?
Who?
Him.
This thing?
Yeah, why is he acting so needy all of a sudden?
Because he wants to be on air. He's a hog. He's a political hog. Show hog. Anyway, so it was actually seeing a different personality out of Jeb.
Yeah.
Instead of the debates and blah, 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 and the political comebacks with him and Trump, he actually showed a sense of humor. Actually showed a couple of his policy that he would like to implement if he's elected. And my opinion of him changed a little bit to say, the guy's human. The guy actually does have a sense of humor.
He was actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
He was the more entertaining part of the show.
Absolutely.
I thought the routine that Colbert did with Clooney was just
Stupid.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the music was average, nothing really extraordinary.
No, actually, I would expected a different band.
Although the ending song was good. Everyday People they did with Mavis Staples was there, and a bunch of other solo artists kind of cameoed in that. But pretty much it was really not
No, it wasn't good.
I expected.
I totally expected a different type of
Yeah.
music. So, what else? By the way, folks, in reading an article on this, the program lasted approximately 70, 80 minutes, right? Yeah. And they actually taped this for over 2 hours. So what we saw last night was an edited version of the live program that took place during the afternoon. And I guess during the interview with George Clooney, they had to redo it several times. Of course, a quote, technical glitches. I guess the big boys have technical glitches too.
Everybody has technical glitches, especially when there's sunspots.
I didn't know we had any sons here. They're on the spot.
Oh, honey, please. I'm having such a hard time dealing with you, and your bad jokes just make it even worse.
Well, I'm only taking them because you started doing the same thing this week.
But have I been doing them at all?
Not today.
All right, so why not get back to normal, whatever normality we could get to?
Okay. We're trying our best. So anyway, we were both disappointed with the Colbert show. You know, I said to my lovely wife, give him a couple weeks. Because his replacement, we didn't like initially either. And then after a few weeks, he kind of got back into a routine. He wasn't too bad. And he actually changed his program. You know, he had that Keep It Real, and that was the main thing of his program. Now it's not. And we're not talking about Colbert. We're talking about his replacement. Anyhow, so we'll move on. So anyway, we'll give him a couple weeks. But I really enjoyed Colbert on Comedy Central because the political satire in the interviews were awesome. This show, he's adapting to the typical talk show host, right? And they even had Jimmy.
And he's supposed to be the real
right,
Steven.
which it is. That means he's kind of boring. I hate to say it. And then he actually did a quick, not interview, but say hi to Jimmy Fallon, which is on
That was kind of cute at the end.
NBC. No, it was during
Fallon
the,
said to him, "I'll see you in the locker room," and then after the show,
they had a locker
they
room.
had the locker
right.
room.
Even though one's
was
CBS, one's
cute.
NBC. It's kind of,
Yeah, that was cute.
actually,
Yeah, actually, in the intro.
right. And we found out by looking at the credits at the end, he's the executive producer, which tells me why he may have quit his show on Comedy Central
But
also.
what was really cute in the intro, it was a Little League game, and they were all singing the Star Spangled Banner, and it was kind of like a Playing for Change version where you had a bunch of different people singing it all over, and Colbert was standing next to each person They went all around the country. Each line in the song was a different person, and then it came back to the baseball field, and the umpire took off his home base mask that he had there, and turned around and said, "Play ball," and it was Jon Stewart. And I thought that was really cute.
It was cute.
Yeah,
And it's
it
nice
was
to
nice to see John.
Absolutely.
Although he looked really grubby, he had a big beard and everything.
Well, you know, when he was
And then at the end, if you notice, they had the locker scene with
Yes.
Jimmy Fallon, and Steven opens up his locker door, and there's a picture of Jon Stewart there, and he kisses his hand and puts it on John's
I think
face.
they have a love affair.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Man.
Well, I think that John launched
He did.
Steven's career, so
Well, he was
he owes a debt to him.
he was one of the part-time segment guests on Jon Stewart's show, and then he evolved
Right.
into his own
Yeah,
show.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, so enough of Colbert. So,
Yes,
folks,
thank
he's
you.
on 11:30 every evening on CBS, and I would advise you to watch it and see if he improves.
I hope so.
I
I
hope
was not impressed, I have to say, and I'm a big fan of his, and that was just really disappointing.
Right. Be interesting what Jon Stewart does if he does more than the executive
I don't
producer.
think he's going to do anything more.
Think he'll
honey.
do another movie?
No, he maybe. Oh, we did watch his movie the other day. Let's talk about
We
that.
did? Oh, that's
Yeah.
right, we did, yeah.
What was the name of it? Rosewood.
Right.
Very, very, very good film about a journalist who was captured in Iran or Iraq.
Iraq, I think.
Okay. No, Iran. I think it was Iran.
Okay, whatever.
And he was Iranian, and he was obviously you weren't watching the movie, and he was.
They're all the same countries over there.
Oh, don't say racist things, please.
I wasn't.
I'm having such a hard time with you today. For you to say something like that sounds blatantly racist.
That wasn't racist.
Yeah. They are distinct and individual countries with their own cultures and their own dialects and everything else.
Well,
Just like
Iraq,
saying all people from Africa are all the same people.
within the countries themselves, they have 4 or 5 dialects because they all are coming from their old tribal families.
Right. So how can you try to lump sum them all into one
I was saying
lump?
that in just general terms.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Anyway, it was a good movie. Continue.
it was a really good movie, and it was a true story based on this gentleman who was arrested by the Iraqis, and he was a U.S. citizen. So it was all about their journey. I'm not going to tell you any more about it, but I'm going to tell you it's definitely worth watching. And I think it's really kind of a shame that he was so snubbed by the Oscars, and because it was a very good movie. It was very well done. And I did like a lot of the things that they did as far as the showing the passage of time and the graphics that they used. I mean, it was a very entertaining and graphically visual movie with good.
Well, I think he handled the plot from a movie point of view very well. Obviously, this is a true story. I think he brought out the what this individual went through and some of the physical pain and the mental pain, and how the I don't even know what to call them. It's not the KGB like in Russia, but
No, it was their secret
the
police.
secret police, and how they use mental manipulation,
And torture.
good guy, bad guy type cop scenario, and it was interesting. And then there was so much publicity regarding his.
He was accused of being a spy
Right.
because he was in their country as a journalist, and
Well, he did that interview where one of the guys,
oh
the
yeah,
farce from
actually it was a Jon Stewart
right, exactly,
character.
yes,
And I think this is how Stewart got actually involved in this story, was that they did a kind of a satire
right,
with the American spy in Iran, and it was actually an actor pretending to be an American spy,
Right.
but they took it seriously, and they blamed him for being a spy too.
yep. And
And it's pretty dumb.
how long was how long was he detained for?
He was there for 3 or 4 years,
Yeah,
I think. It
so.
was a long time.
And then he was finally released. And but like I say, a lot of because of the publicity of the situation, a lot of the public rallied to his defense, and I think that pressure among itself kind of got his release. So, yes, no,
Yes, I'm just trying to see if I can get you some more
okay,
facts on it.
all
But
right,
this is how bad it is. Nothing comes up on his movie under Rosewood.
really,
Yeah. Like there's a couple. There's a 1997 movie. There's a TV series, but Jon Stewart's movie does not come up.
I think there was a little bit of a
Whoa, that's not
anti.
good. Yeah, I think think he's being blacklisted here. Wow.
Say who?
No, yeah, it's on IMDb. That's not the point. I'm just talking about a regular Google. That's I know it would be on IMDb, but the point is when you just Google it, it's Rosewater. That's why
Rosewater.
instead of Rosewood.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, so it helps if you have the name right.
Yeah, it does, but that's okay.
So, yes, his name was Mazier Bahari, an Iranian-born Canadian citizen. And he went back to his country to interview Mir Hossein Mousavi, the prime challenger, oh, that's right, to the incumbent president, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. How you say it?
Don't ask me.
Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. Ahmadinejad.
That's a
yes.
hard name.
So he was running against Ahmadinejad in 2009. And this guy went to Iran to interview the guy who was running against him, who seemed like a very decent guy. And he was arrested as being an agent and a spy because he was doing the interview with the opposition, and because of the interview that was done, the interview that was done with the guy who was actually not really a spy.
Right.
It's funny how gullible they are. Though,
He
isn't
may
it?
have felt guilty enough where he had to go out and bring this story out to the public.
Yep.
Yep. So.
Anyway, that was
Okay.
good, and
Yeah, it was.
that was nice for John to be able to take a season off of his show and make it a really inspirational survival story, as it was referred to by the Washington Post.
And this conversation came about because Jon Stewart last night, as my wife said, kind of looked a little bit grubby with his beard, but when he was doing the film, he really grew out his beard and looked kind of grubby like I do occasionally.
Occasionally.
Occasionally. Well, I shave every 3 days.
Whether you need it or not.
Well, unless I have clients coming in that I need to.
By the way, that song we listened to, the two songs we listened to, On the Edge from Daryl Cherney with Judy Barry and George Shook, and then I had mentioned Martin Zobel and Soul Rise with Land of the Free. So, and we're only playing music that we have been given as to play on our programs and with the permission of the artist.
Right.
So.
Can I go on to my favorite subject now?
Mm-hmm.
This is really my favorite subject because this person is so highly respected in the nation. And I'm talking about Hillary.
Yes, again, here we go with the Hillary bashing.
No, I'm not bashing her.
My husband loves to bash her.
I do, actually.
Yes, it's one of his favorite things to do.
Because
so bash away.
Okay, she's a liar, that's why.
Yep.
Mrs.
So
Hillary.
is everybody else, so what else is new?
Because she's
Tell
worse.
me Donald Trump's not a liar. Tell me that.
He doesn't have to lie because he just tells it like it is.
Whatever.
Let's not get into Trump. That can be another day. Mrs. Clinton said in an interview with David Muir of ABC News, broadcast Tuesday night, quote, "And I'm trying to be as transparent as I possibly can," unquote. This quote came from the fact that she finally admitted that she made a mistake and apologized directly for it, uttering words that many of her allies have waited to hear from her in hopes that she can quell a controversy that has dogged her presidential candidacy for months. And that is, folks, her use of a private email server while serving as Secretary of State, she said was, quote unquote, a mistake. Well, she could have admitted the state months ago when the story was released and people were saying what was going on. What?
Nothing, I'm just...
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So she finally admitted she made a mistake. Now, I don't know about you folks. That to me was an admission only due that she is losing points in the poll and that Bernie Sanders is increasing his percentage of votes in the poll. And I think this was a political move to try to get her numbers up in the polls as the election process continues. And because if she was sincere, at the time this story was released, she could say, you know something, I really screwed up. I made a mistake. I should have known better. I got to correct the problem and just move on with life. But she waited for months and months and months under total criticism by both parties And now she comes up and admits I made a mistake. I don't know how you make a mistake by using a private server for government business, especially classified stuff. So I won't harp in the story, but for those of you who are prone to be Democrats, I would take a very close look on who you think you're going to vote for, because I know all politicians lie. I know they all cheat, at least at the federal level. And so do you want somebody that knows she did something wrong and then waits for the publicity to overwhelm her campaign to finally admit she made a mistake? So that's all I'm going to say on that matter.
I'm so glad.
Well, let's look at it. Has Bernie Sanders put his foot in the mouth yet?
No.
No. He is a real candidate for the Democratic nomination. I have never voted Democrat in my life. I did not vote for Obama either time. Not because he was not a Democrat, because I just didn't like his views, and he grew up way too fast in the political system. And that's not a biasness against African American versus whites, because most presidents are useless anyway. But I think Bernie Sanders has a fresh approach to his platforms, and I think he's going to be a very, very serious candidate against Clinton, and I think this is why she's now coming forth and trying to improve her image. You agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure. And we can quickly talk about Trump if you want. Colbert did last night.
Personally, I'd rather not give him any airspace, but
Okay, no, that's fine.
He's actually worth talking about because he is such a character.
He is a character, and I've said a couple of times on this show, I think he's doing this on purpose. I think he's trying to open up the avenues and calling out other lifetime politicians to make them be more accountable for their views and their platforms, and to implement their platforms if they get elected. And I think this is just a motivation by Trump to try to get the Republican Party back in line. And he finally signed a declaration that if he does not win the Republican primary, he will not run as a third-party candidate, which just emphasizes more to me that he's only saying what he's saying to call these lifetime politicians out. I don't think he's a racist. I don't think he really means what he says half the time, because he employs Hispanic people in all his jobs. He pays them reasonably decent wages. So I just think this is a political ploy to call out the Republican Party. That's what I think. I don't think he's a serious candidate. He's leading the polls only because he's speaking his mind and not trying to hide things. And I think that's a refreshing approach to the American public. Unfortunately, his views that if he is serious, are not conducive to our environment in this country, so he will not win. But I think the true Republican Tea Party, and I hate that word, conservatives, love this guy. I do. But
I'm sorry for them.
yeah, I do too, because the Tea Party was meant to be a party, a part of the Republican Party that believes in the Constitution, and not emphasizing the religious part of their platform and stuff like that. So, shall we carry on?
Go right ahead.
Why am I have to be the main speaker all the time?
Our visitors should be here soon.
Okay, so I do have a couple of questions for them, as you know. Let's see what else we got here. A couple of things I want to talk about, if I can find the stories. Oh, by the way, folks, if you haven't paid attention lately, as you know, our 3 times a week news program has been put on hiatus for a bit. And since that time, the San Francisco Giants, the baseball team in this area, were anywhere from a half a game to 1.5 games to 2 games behind the hated Los Angeles Dodgers. And since that time, in the last, 2 weeks now, they are now 8.5 games behind the first place Dodgers. So by putting our news program on hiatus, we have caused them to fall 6 games further back in the standings.
It's all our fault.
It's all our fault, folks, and I sincerely apologize to you San Francisco Giant fans. It's not fair, but I know we caused that because every show we would report on the Giants' win and losses, and they were gaining or holding ground against the LA Dodgers, and all of a sudden they're useless.
Yep, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, they've lost several of the outfielders that are on the DL, like me. But anyway, so they're second place. And the unfortunate part of this, folks, for those who do follow baseball, is that there's 2 wild card teams now in the playoffs. And in their divisions, in the National League East, West, Central, they basically have no chance in hell to make the playoffs. And I'm sorry to say that, folks. Even though I'm not a Giant fan, I realize we have to support our local teams. And since my Diamondbacks are even further behind, I realize they even have a lesser chance to be in the playoffs. I am too. But at least the Diamondbacks are extremely young. I mean, every single young pitcher they have, I don't think is older than 24. And they're really good pitchers. A little injury prone, but so.
Well, I have an interesting scientific thing here.
Oh, God. Okay.
Scientists said they will reanimate a 30,000-year-old giant virus unearthed in the frozen wastelands of Siberia and warn climate change may awaken dangerous microscopic pathogens.
That's not good.
That's not good. Reporting this week, the flagship journal of the U.S. National Academy of Sciences, French researchers announced the discovery of the mollivirus Sibericum, the 4th type of prehistoric virus found since 2003, and the second by this team. Before waking it up, they need to verify that it cannot cause animal or human disease. Well, thank you very much for that.
That's very nice of them.
I'm not sure exactly.
To do scientific studies on its origin and the impact on our environment.
Well, they need to know if this thing is dangerous or not because the region in which these giant microbes have been found are coveted for their mineral resources, especially oil, and will become increasingly accessible for industrial exploration as more of the ice melts away. So they don't want to get people at risk by having these viruses that are waking up in the permafrost as the frozen areas melt.
But it sounds like they're doing this on behalf of all the big oil companies.
Not really. They're just more like a preventative measure. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. Yep, you're not on mic, so. Okay, so basically they're saying unlike viruses that circulate today, these ancient specimens dating from the last ice age are not only bigger but far more complex genetically. So the one they're looking at has more than 500 genes, and another family discovered in 2003 called the Pandora virus. Oh, that's a nice name.
I've heard that one. Has
2,500 genes. Influenza A virus has 8 genes, so that's a contrast. So,
well, do you think because of the alien enthusiasts out there that this was brought in by aliens?
No.
Okay.
I think this is stuff that had genetically developed before the Ice Age and got frozen when the Ice Age came in.
Okay.
So U.S. researchers flew to Alaska to take frozen lung tissues from a woman who was buried in the permafrost. Interesting.
And how long ago was this?
They reconstructed the code for the virus's 8 genes. Oh, that was when they reconstructed the Spanish flu virus because they wanted to understand why it was so strong. So they redid that.
That's interesting.
That was done in a top security lab at the U.S. Centers for Disease Control, the CDC. So,
wow.
Interesting.
Folks out there, I don't know, when we get really bored and we're too lazy to turn on Roku, we watch, what's it called, Ancient Aliens?
Ancient alien astronauts believe.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to say earlier. According to, yes.
Yes, according to ancient alien astronaut believers.
Yes. You know, I like that program only because it's,
Judy Carn died.
Who?
She was from Laugh-In, the British girl.
Yeah.
She was 76. Just passed away. Rest in peace, my dear.
Yeah. Anyway, I
get your thoughts together.
What we're talking about,
ancient aliens, ancient viruses.
Ancient aliens. I realize a lot of that is just enthusiastic hope to prove some of these alien stuff. But when you start looking at the hieroglyphics, God, I said that right, of all of the Native American tribes around the world, there has to be something to the effect that there's too many similarities in that. Not
Well,
to
just
think.
look at this. The oldest human being, female, that we have discovered on the planet that can be traced with genetics to being human is 4 million years old. Yeah, and found in Ethiopia. And imagine you look at the Bible, and Adam and Eve story is 6,000 years old. So what happened in between?
I can't answer that.
There had to be other things going on in the meantime with human beings. Okay, so here's another hot story. Apple did their big
Yes.
reveal today on their new products. They have a new 12.9-inch iPad Pro that is 80% faster that is faster than 80% of the PCs that shipped in the past 6 months. Graphics are faster than 90% of those PCs. And then they have an Apple Pencil that detects position and tilt. So those are the two new products. It's a stylus that they have come out with.
Don't you think it's,
Whoop-de-doo.
they seem to have to always come up with some type of new device.
That's their marketing
I know, but
model.
these devices really aren't that significant better than the current devices.
And the Apple Watch added gold and rose gold models and in anodized aluminum.
What
Ooh,
does
whoop-de-freaking
anodized
do.
mean?
It's just a non-corroding type of
Oh,
aluminum.
okay. Like me.
Mm-hmm. And a smart keyboard.
A smart.
Mm-hmm.
What's versus a dumb keyboard?
And Adobe introduced Adobe Photoshop Fix and Adobe Sketch apps for the new iPad Pro creative professionals.
Oh, so now they're coming Apple-based.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh.
And of course, Apple TV also.
Yeah, Apple TVs. Why is that any different than Chrome and Roku?
It's probably not.
Except they have their own apps for it. So, I realize Apple products are good.
No, the iPad Pro is $800.
Oh,
The
and
Mini is $269.
and what can we buy an Android tablet for?
$50.
Well, no, the Mac for a really good quality
No,
one.
this is their top of the line 12.9-inch. This is basically a laptop.
Oh, okay.
That's an $800 model.
That's expensive.
Be Samsung's 12-inch Pro, and that's about $500-600.
Yeah, but you can buy that 2-in-1 laptop for $600, $700, $800, and you have both a laptop and then a tablet combined. Yeah, exactly. So to me, Apple products are way overpriced, but their marketing program is awesome, and so I can't really say anything bad about that. It's just that I think more of an astute consumer out there would realize that Apple products are overpriced, and that if they break, it's very difficult to fix them without going directly to an Apple store and get charged an arm and a leg plus your firstborn. So, what are you laughing at?
The firstborn.
Oh, okay.
That was good.
Thank you. So, anywho, I wonder if our guests are going to show up.
I hope so.
We forgot. We didn't forget. We were going to
We
confirm.
didn't remind them.
But after the events, we've just had too much on our mind. Now, huh? Okay. Now, out of bad some comes good. And this was a realization that we are not above having problems.
We're not above having problems.
Yeah,
We're
I
like
know.
a magnet.
So, but I sent it, I'm not going to go into who the insurance company is, but they're a nationwide company. A lot of people probably wouldn't recognize the name, but they literally do insurance around the world, including unique type insurance. And so I went onto their website to figure out how to file a claim or make them aware of the event. And they were closed because it was on holiday. So I sent them an email from their website. And first thing Tuesday morning, they called me. Gentleman was very polite, very friendly. Told me what was going on. Asked for the police file number. I gave it to him, said, no problem, we'll do a follow-up. Asked me kind of sort of what was taken. I gave him an overview. He says, okay, this claim is going to be a little bit higher than I anticipated, so I'm going to send an adjuster out. And I figured, all right, we're going to have to wait a week or so for him to get retained and come on out. And right before we started the show, he called us. The insurance adjuster is coming out of Sacramento. He's coming up this week. Made an appointment, very polite, gave me a cell phone number in case that something changed.
That's that company that does business insurance, right?
Yes,
What's the name of it?
I wasn't going to say so.
Well, I think you should need to give them a plug. They're doing good.
Okay, let me, I never pronounce it correctly, so let me just check on
Yeah, it
the
has
email.
an unusual name.
Yes.
But that's why people need to know these guys were reasonably priced, and they have been so far good service. So
Looking it up right now. Here it is. It's called Hiscox.
That's right.
Hiscox.
very, very sick name, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, okay. The thing is, they don't have, it's not like a State Farm Farmers where they have an agent on every corner.
Right.
This is strictly a 800 number I call for quotes and for claims. They have a very good website, and they were very responsive. They weren't, you just don't know how insurance companies work. You just figured, like, okay, they're going to delay tactics, they're going to do this, but these guys were very responsive. The adjuster, when he comes up, I literally asked him what he was going to do, so we had no surprises. He said, well, I got to look at the circumstances. And I said, what do you mean, how it's broken into? He said, absolutely. And I said, hey, I want to be polite when I say this. The deputy sheriff took a couple of pictures. We took a lot of pictures to show what happened and where it happened. Then the next question was, do you have a copy of your lease? And I said, absolutely. If I can't find it, I'll contact our management company. They have one on file. He said, excellent, not a problem there. He asked me, do I have a copy of the police report? I said, no. Here's the police report number again. Okay, no problem. I'll take care of that. And then the question was, can you have any type of documentation to tell me how old the equipment is?
Really?
Yeah. So I said, on some products we do, on others we don't. But I can give you an estimate. He said, oh, that's fine, not a problem. So they're very excellent communication. When I asked them what they're going to look for, they told me right off the bat what they're going to look for. And so far they're kind of cool.
That's good.
So we'll see what happens when he shows up.
Okay.
But I'm not going to go into details of our policy, but our policy is more than adequate to cover our losses. And so it's going to be interesting because I've had some good experiences and I've had some really bad experiences with insurance companies, like everyone does regarding claims. And this is my second claim in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
So first one was when I lived with my prior spouse in Fountain Hills, Arizona. We had a microburst rainstorm, and my whole roof caved in. I literally had 3 inches of water throughout the whole house. And they don't cover acts of God normally. But the adjuster came out, kind of looked, and I said, dude, this is going to cost me a lot of money, which I don't have. He basically said, well, let me see what I can do.
That's
and
cool.
he came back, he didn't, but the company called me back a week later and said, you're 100% covered and there's no deductible for this, so we are sending out the cleaning companies to soak out the water.
Nice.
And then once that's done, we're going to tear out the carpeting. You find the carpeting that you want, we'll pay for it right away.
Cool.
So they were really good. I can't even remember which company it was, but they were excellent on that. So I'm hoping that we get the same type of cooperation
That
here.
would be nice.
So I think
That's what I expect from an insurance company.
So I think what he's going to do is we're going to tell him what was lost. We're going to tell him what the replacement value is, and then the age of this equipment. And then I think we're just going to get a check written to us.
Well, I hope so. I hope it's simple.
And then provide invoices because we have a deductible on that. But anyway, so that was kind of good that they responded so quickly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Thank you, Hiscox.
Yes, thank you very much.
Knock it off. This is a family program.
Thank God he's not on a mic.
Oh, God, help me.
Hey,
Anyway.
I didn't pick the insurance company. You did.
I did. But their premium was more than fair.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably a minimum of a $300 saving over other companies and as much as $1,500 savings.
Nice.
Yeah, including the insurance company we just changed from.
Well, you know we'd never go back to Farmers Insurance.
And Farmers Insurance is a bunch of crap.
Yep, we are very unhappy with them.
Yes. Our agent was nice, so that's I don't want to be.
Yeah, but the insurance policy, the service, everything.
Well, yeah, the agent who owned the franchise
Yeah.
was not very nice, and
No.
the
You know, if I'm giving you my money and you see me sitting in your office, I want you to at least come up and say hello.
yeah.
You don't have to shake my hand. Just say hello and acknowledge me as being one of your customers because you're making a lot of money off of.
We had 3 vehicles, 3 households, and we were going to give them our business insurance. So we basically were spending, at the time, 1,015 to probably about $4,000 a year.
And we couldn't rate even a hello out of the agent.
so-
That was really the reason we left them because the service sucked too. But to add insult to injury, every time we went in there, we were completely ignored by the owner of the agency.
Now, folks, if you're looking for a good insurance agent, and this is, no, I'm not being paid to do this, nor getting any referral fees on doing this, but State Farm right down the street from us on Highway 53.
Burton Jennigan.
Thank you. Even though I have not met Mr. Jennigans, because he strictly does financial stuff like insurance, and he's never in the office too much, but we are dealing with 2 gentlemen there. One of them, his name is Kent, and I believe the other one is Mark. They work together as a team, so it doesn't matter which one you speak to, you get the same quality service. But not only their rates kill farmers, there's tremendous follow-up by both of these gentlemen. When I told him that we were exchanging vehicles, he immediately went online, told me exactly how much increase my premium is going to be per month, and immediately took the adjustments so our new updated insurance was done within a couple of days.
Nice.
That's customer service.
Absolutely.
They're always there. So that is a plug for them. So if you're looking for an agent or looking for a reduction of premiums, for our needs, State Farm was more than reasonable, and their service for this particular agent was excellent. I can't speak for other State Farm agents. So let's move on from info commercials.
Yeah.
I guess our guest forgot.
I'm going to send him an email now. and
Okay.
see.
Because I thought when Commander Paredes, is that how you pronounce it?
Paredes. Yeah.
Paredes and Corey was on the show. They were just really, we had a good conversation with them. I didn't think I was talking to law enforcement. I thought I was talking to business owners who were explaining what they do for the community and how they service their customers. So, as I said earlier, I had a couple specific questions I really wanted to ask them. And I guess I can't at this point in time. So I'll have to wait. And we need to get hold of Dr. Holden again, get him scheduled. And the gentleman we had on last week, Bob DeWalt, he was going to show up today too, but
Too hot.
it was too hot for him to leave the
He's still not well yet.
Yeah, he's still recovering. So Bob, if you're listening, I apologize. I'm sorry you're not up here. Oh, they must be on their way. We have
There we
sirens.
go.
We have sirens in the background. I thought maybe they're using their privileges to come into our studio. What are you doing?
Just checking in.
Okay, that's fine.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to hold a conversation here with our listeners so they don't hang up on us. So
They probably already have.
no, actually, no, they haven't.
Oh, that's good.
We're increasing.
I'm
by the
sorry,
hour.
folks.
You know something?
Do you want to just take a break?
Well, before we do that, sometimes I think we ramble.
You think?
Not sometimes, all the time. And I think we're just boring the crap out of all our listeners. And yet our feedback is like, we really enjoy listening to you guys.
I
Which
know.
I don't
I
quite,
wish you'd stop saying that.
well, I don't understand it.
Well, that's just the way it is.
Maybe they laugh at us instead of with us.
Could be.
So, okay. You want to take a break?
Yes.
We're going to take a break, folks. We'll be back in a few minutes. My wife's going to select some really awesome music that we're not going to get stopped by YouTube on.
I hope.
And we hope. And because of our awareness of our technology that we utilize in this office studio, we'll be able to upload an archive of this show, because I know you want to hear this again, immediately on YouTube under our Lake County Magazine channel.
Right.
And of course, that will appear as an article by the end of the evening on lakecountymagazine.com.
But this time we're going to try to do it right. Last week we had no audio.
Well, that's because of the potential of the copyright laws.
Is that why they
I
killed
think
the audio?
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Oh my
I thought
goodness.
they're only going to kill that song, but they killed the whole audio.
They don't have the right to kill our whole 3-hour show because of one song.
Well, you know, it's
That's
like
really bullshit.
It's like
Excuse my
Facebook.
language,
When you
but-
try to contact these guys,
Yeah, there's
you
no
can't.
one there.
There's no one there,
Yeah.
and there's no real email address to contact either.
Did
So,
they give you a name of the song? Because I can
No,
contact the record company.
They did not do that.
They try that again, I'm really going to be upset because everything we played here we have permission to play.
Right. So
It's bull.
the thing is, we bought this music.
Yeah.
That
I don't play anything unless I've either been given it to me by the artist or we've actually paid money for hard CDs. That's what we use.
absolutely.
I don't use electronic files. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. This is something from the new Soul Horizon album.
Oh, yes, we bring the message of peace. Whoa, yeah. Message of peace. Oh, yes, we bring the message of peace. Whoa, yeah. Message of peace. Got to bring that message. Bring the message of peace. Whoa, yeah. Message of peace. Got to bring that message. Bring the message of peace. Whoa, yeah. Message of peace. Woke up this morning and the rain was falling down. It's just another Friday in this sleepy West Coast town. I put on my pants and I put some wood on the stove. Not much changes, but the fire warms the cold. And I grew up here in this town. I've seen the boys turn to men, and the girls mom used to babysit. I see the club every now and then. And everybody knows my name. I'm the guy you know when you need something in this town. And I don't really ask for much, but I think this time it might be coming down, 'cause it keeps coming round. Someone get me out of here, I have to go, 'cause I can't take this small town living anymore. I'm gonna pack my bags and get me a ticket all around the world. And I'll be back to this small town with a big town girl. I watch the rain come back every year, feed this thirsty land. I've seen lots of people come and go. I bet a traveler's landing pad. We've had whiskey nights and tea with friends, and plenty of good medicine to go around. I got too much love for a one-night stand, but sometimes I've had to get my loving when I can. I'm not a simple man. Someone get me out of here, I have to go, 'cause I can't take this small town living anymore. I'm gonna pack my bags and get me a ticket all around the world. And I'll be back to this small town with a big town girl. Lord knows I really can't complain too much. I've got a lot of friends, a little farm, and a brand new pickup truck. Sometimes we all need a break from the simple luxury. I just need someone to hold me, someone to kiss me sweetly. Someone get me out of here, I have to go, 'cause I can't take this small town living anymore. I'm gonna pack my bags and get me a ticket all around the world. And I'll be back to the small town with a big town girl. Someone get me out of here, I have to go, 'cause I can't take this small town living anymore. I'm gonna pack my bags and get me a ticket all around the world. And I'll be back to this small town with a big town girl.
Yes, we are. We are
And
back.
we're back. Good evening, morning, afternoon to all of you. Quit looking at those legs.
What? No, I was looking at what the.
Yeah, you're looking at ladies wearing mini skirts and hot boots.
I may be old, but I'm not dead.
Okie doke.
You told me I'm allowed to look.
Not on my computer.
Oh, Jesus.
Get your own computer pictures.
Well, I have better things to do than do that all day.
I'm just keeping up with all the news. Like, for
Right.
example, Jon Stewart is going to lobby for extended funding of 911 compensation plan.
Cool.
So I guess he's going to keep busy being an activist.
That's good. Well,
That is good.
He's a good activist. So.
He is.
Okay. One lighthearted story and then one serious story.
Okay.
The lighthearted one is Heineken, and I assume everyone knows what Heineken beer is. They make
Yeah.
they make a great dark beer.
Yeah.
They're trying to make additional headway in the American market.
Okay.
They are going into the craft brewing business.
Probably not a bad idea.
And guess who they bought 50% of?
Who?
Lagunitas.
Lagunitas.
Yes.
Oh, I saw something about that on
So
the
they
news.
now own 50% of
Wow,
Lagunitas Brewing Company.
that's actually not very good because Lagunitas is one of our great local beers, and now they're going to be an international beer. To me, that's not.
I don't know what
It
international.
kind of takes away from the localness of it.
Yeah, I think they're going to promote more of that during the
I
nationwide.
just don't think I like that idea.
Well, they have more.
I'm a little possessive about our beers, you know.
And Lagunitas is
It's a
a
good
very
beer.
good beer.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of marketing in the local bars and restaurants.
Yeah, and how's that going to affect like the events that they sponsor and things like that?
Right.
They're always good for local events and things like that. Are they going to become too big for us now?
Hope not.
We have to
'Cause-
go through the Heineken home office now to get them to sponsor anything, and
that's the bad part of it.
I just see it being a problem.
And we've gone out.
We're going to lose our local
you
beers.
know, they've always been involved in the small bars and restaurants, not the chains.
And are they going to outprice themselves now from that market?
I can't tell you that, but
It's just that doesn't make me happy.
no, I know. So anyway, that was on a light story note.
That was a light note. It got
Yes.
me pissed off. That was not
Well, I've been
very
doing
light.
that all day to you, so what the hell's the
That's
difference?
not just you.
Okay,
Just the whole picture
Yes.
in general.
I understand. All right, so on a more serious note, and I have not talked about this much either at home or anywhere else.
You have a home?
I did too as of this morning.
I
I'm
know,
not sure.
it's questionable if you're going back after the way you behaved.
I didn't behave.
No, you didn't.
How did I wake up this morning?
In a horrible mood.
I wasn't in a horrible mood,
Oh, I thought you were.
but you woke up. I was about to wake you up, say coffee
I
was
got
ready.
up without any
No,
prodding.
and you got up, opened the door. Did I say good morning, dear?
Yes, dear.
No, I didn't.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I just walked away, went to get
That's
your
true,
coffee.
and I should have been upset about that.
Yeah, you should have been. But it had nothing to do with being in a bad mood.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it?
Just woke up like disgusted with life and all the pressure.
Well, it's been really hard since this burglary. I want to say it wasn't a robbery. Nobody held us at gunpoint. Someone asked to
Oh, really?
clarify.
Oh,
Yes. No, it was a burglary, and that has been very stressful on us all. And working with other people's equipment is also stressful, and we're grateful for the loan, but we also, it takes a lot of energy to relearn things and figure stuff out.
it's just we have a lot of other stuff on our plate right now and trying to make some prudent business decisions.
For our future.
And I think the pressure of that and trying to make the right decision is getting to me. But
I think so too, and I hate to see that because the bottom line is at our stage in life, we should be happy with our lives and where
Absolutely.
we're going.
that's why.
And I'm very satisfied with where we're headed. I think we're going in the right direction. But it's these little obstacles that keep popping up along the way and the insults and the issues that we have to deal with daily from certain people in this county. It just makes things really difficult.
Well, it's more than that too, though.
It's all that combined.
Yeah, along with some.
Yeah.
I act like an accountant sometimes.
Really?
Yes, and I I don't think it's overanalyzation. My wife does. In regards to projections and analyzation and
He worries too much.
Yeah, I do, because I'm old, physically,
Hmm.
and at this time of our lives, we should be downgrading and enjoying ourselves more versus trying to get involved in more stuff.
Well, the question is, where's the 401k? That's
Dominica,
supposed to be our retirement plan and pay for our retirement.
Dominica,
It's not there.
whatever.
You can't count on that. So my vision is
I know.
that we have to keep working until we have something that guarantees us some kind of security. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll talk about this later.
I know. This is definitely not the appropriate place.
No, it's not.
And you started it,
No, I didn't.
and it's all your fault.
See what I got to deal with, folks.
You started it.
I did not.
Okay. This wasn't your conversation.
No,
Whatever. I give up.
you never give up.
I'm done.
You're never done.
I'm cooked.
You're never cooked.
Whatever.
But she does cook, though.
Yes, I do.
So anyway, the other story, which I'll get, which
Thank you.
it is serious story in the sense of what's happening is this alleged lady.
You think it might be a man?
No.
Well, you said it's alleged that they're a lady.
Well, there's a difference between lady and a woman.
Oh, okay.
You're a lady.
Well, thank you.
Most of the people
I
we
think.
know of the female species are ladies.
Yes.
There are a few exceptions.
Well,
Who?
Ann Coulter. Yeah.
Oh, don't. That's a political viewpoint. This woman, Kim Davis.
Oh my God, she's not.
Okay, just for those who don't know the
Don't
whole
even get me
story.
started on her.
Oh, I'm going to.
Okay.
She is the head of,
She was the elected county clerk for a
Thank you.
county in Kentucky.
right, and she basically refused to allow same-sex marriages, even though the state law stated that it was legally allowed to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, and she refused on religious grounds. So where's the separation of church and state?
Mm-hmm.
She was elected by the people, she is paid by the people, and therefore she is responsible for administrating the statutes of that county. Yet she said, I have a right under religious grounds to refuse to issue marriage licenses, even though I work for the government.
And I don't believe that's true.
Oh, no,
She
it's
is
totally-
an elected official, therefore she is bound to the what did she take oath that she took when she came into office to uphold the laws of the state of Kentucky and the laws of the United States.
Right.
So by her so-called religious exclusion, she is now violating the laws of the United States and, Supreme Court rulings.
Right. I mean, if you
What
went
gives her
down,
the right?
if you went down to get a marriage license in the county and they refused to give you one because they don't like you,
That's
No.
exactly what would happen.
that's what there's. Does that mean they're allowed to use their personal feelings towards you to not allow you to apply for something?
I don't believe they have that right.
No, and neither this person. She can either resign
think
and then
she needs to
and
go
then
get another job.
and promote her beliefs, which she's allowed to do in this country, or she has to keep her job and keep her mouth shut and just issue the licenses.
Right. And if it was me on that council, I'd be firing her in a
Well, here's the
heartbeat.
problem. She retained an attorney, and the attorney says she has a right to express her religious views by not doing her job.
No, she doesn't.
That attorney is a money-grubbing blankety blank because all he's after is the dollar because he
Right.
cannot believe that's correct.
No, it's not correct.
And anyone who understands criminal law, I guess, or government law, knows better. That's ridiculous.
It is.
You and I, as
Was that someone at the door? Yeah, I'm going back. Okay.
who's that knocking on my door?
Well, we might get a half hour with the boys.
Yeah, they might have had
Issues.
issues.
Criminals to deal with.
Well, maybe they read my mind.
Maybe they got my email.
Oh, good point. Anyway, folks,
You guys still coming?
I don't know how you all believe what your beliefs are, and I know there are a lot of people who are against same-sex marriage. My view is that if that's what makes them happy, go for it. I don't think we have a right to discriminate. False alarm? Yeah, false alarm. And I just don't think any government employee does not have a right to make decisions based on their own beliefs, be it religious or otherwise. So to me, she should automatically have been suspended, not allowed to return unless she guaranteed that her viewpoints would not influence her job.
There is no place for religion in government. And if you're an elected official, you don't have the right to bring your religion into government. It's just not appropriate.
Thank you. Even
I'm
though the
sorry.
Republican Party tries.
Yeah.
But in this case, though, this is not a party affiliation. This is strictly, I don't believe in same-sex marriage, therefore I'm not going to allow to issue licenses. That's just blatantly a personal problem.
Yep, that is.
So I just totally think that's absurd. And, the Board of Supervisors, even though she's an elected official, no different than Rivero here, who was an elected official, at the Board of Supervisors pass a vote of no confidence. And they should have done that with this person and asked for her resignation.
Oh, knowing them, they probably agree with her.
Oh.
I think that's a problem.
You think Jim Steele would agree with that?
No, I didn't mean our board. I meant their board.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's very possible. They are, what state was it?
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Well, that's in the South, so.
Yeah,
Yeah. So.
slightly.
Anyway, I just felt it was definitely a newsworthy item, and I also think that should be explored in more more in-depth process.
Well, I just don't know how she thinks she can get away with this,
Well,
and who
she
the hell
did.
she thinks she is.
She was put back on the job,
Mm-hmm.
and she finally said, against my better judgment, I think I'm going to have to issue licenses. Even though,
Okay,
no,
so-
no. What she said was, I'm not personally going to do it,
Yeah.
but I have to instruct
She'll
my
have her
staff
staff
to do
to
it.
do it,
Right.
yeah.
So that way she feels better about herself.
No, not only that, they won't put her back in jail.
That's true, because she basically is a criminal.
That's right.
That's a felony charge. So
Disgusting.
Yeah, it is disgusting. It's sorry that we in today's society in 2015 that those type of things are still happening.
Exactly.
I
Why
thought-
can't we just let people who want to love each other love each other?
Yeah, I thought we
What's the
matured,
problem?
but I guess we haven't. And my computer just locked up, so I'm trying to find my other
Fabulous.
stories. I know. Usually, folks, I prepare an outline for our show so I can go boom, 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 boom. And, well, it's not just that.
Well, we're not on the normal scheduling.
I can't speak. Well, I guess I can speak for my wife. I've had a hard time getting to sleep, and I haven't been falling asleep until 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and we get up at 8 o'clock. So I'm kind of beat and tired. That's why my mind is like it is. That's why my temperament is a little bit different. And so I just got to get some rest.
You snapped out pretty good, though, once you got back on camera.
Well, my other personality comes out.
Yeah, the ham.
I don't eat ham.
The ham and cheese.
Well, I could say, can I have some wine with some cheese with your whining?
With your whining. You're
I'm
the
not
one who've been
whining. Oh, God, give me strength. Anyway,
Yes, dear.
yes, dear. Football season starts.
Oh, whoop-de-doo.
Well,
Another one of
wait,
my
hang on.
favorite seasons.
Hang on. You
I
do,
thought we just got over baseball.
no, baseball's still going on. We got
Well,
the World Series coming up.
Well, I
so-
know, but your playing games is over.
Yeah, I got 2 games left.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how big this area is on the 49ers.
Yes, dear.
This is a crazy town for the 49ers.
Yes, it is.
And
And for Oakland, too.
yeah,
yeah.
there's a lot of Oakland fans out there, but the 49ers are very boisterous.
Mm-hmm.
They dress their
You obviously have never been to an Oakland game.
football?
Yeah.
No, I don't like risking my life.
Right, thank you. You want to talk about boisterous? Those are the guys that are boisterous.
And they're very supportive of their team.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said this on the show a couple of times, I believe, that I knew Randy McCallahan, and those who go back, the old Oakland Raiders, would recognize that name. And he was the starting safety, sometimes linebacker for the Oakland Raiders when they were the really bad boys.
Mm-hmm.
With Aceto and all the other guys, and Bolitnikov, Stabler, who just passed away. But I met McCallahan because he married the daughter of the owner of a very large meat company in Phoenix, and he was their sales rep.
Oh, wow.
And he would come come on his sales routes with this big old Super Bowl ring, just to impress people. But he actually was a nice guy. He really was. But he used to tell me stories about the Raiders that the press didn't hear about, and it was kind of scary. These guys were not all there.
Not your normal football
No,
players.
no. These guys were way ahead of their time in regards to their persona. So,
Thank you for sharing that.
well, I just, there are a lot of Oakland Raider fans out there, as you just
And
said.
somehow we started off on the 49ers and
Well, you
ended up
just,
with the
but
Raiders.
you said, what about the Oakland Raiders?
That's
So
right.
I had to go down that road.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Ask
So
me if I care.
if you don't care, then why did you bring the subject up?
You're the one that brought
No,
football
I brought up the 49ers.
I just said there's a lot of people here who are Raiders fans, and that's a fact. So I'm glad you shared with them the stuff you know about
You know
the
what I like
Raiders.
about Jenkins?
He's quiet.
Yeah. Anyway, 49ers open up, I think, not this weekend, the weekend after. And they have a brand new head coach. They got a major turnover of their roster. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how they perform. Not that I really care. Go Cardinals.
Now, see you.
Go Cardinals.
Get out of the past.
Get out of what past?
The past. His past.
Well, you told me I still
Your
live in the
past.
60s.
Yeah.
So, well, actually, they were back in St. Louis at that time.
Thank
so
you.
you're right. Forget it.
Yes, and of course, Mark wants to mention the new Star Wars movie.
Oh, God. Really?
Episode 7.
Oh, grow up.
99 days.
Grow up.
No.
Come on, you still got more than 3 months. Why the hell are you talking about it now? Talk about it when it's out.
Do you know why we're talking about it now?
Because he said something.
No, because
The hype.
the mainstream media in San Francisco and Sacramento have been doing stories on the release of the product line related to the,
The
new
toys,
movie. The
yeah.
toys.
Yep, Force Friday last week.
And you better have not bought any.
No, I didn't have any money.
Thank you. It's bad enough you buy cigarettes.
Hey, my Legos?
I don't want to hear it.
I love my Legos.
I don't care. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, well.
The point is they've released all this merchandise for the new movie.
Episode 7 of The Force Awakens.
Oh, God.
Yes, we're living with nerds here.
Anyway, and the pricing on this stuff is not exactly cheap. And they already are promoting certain unique or soon-to-be classic toys. Collectibles, thank you. I'm glad you're on the ball.
I am not on the ball, but that's okay. I'll try to back you up as much as possible.
Thank you. That I don't know. I guess we are still living in a capitalistic society. One or two?
One.
Okay. See, I can count that high.
Well, I read, you can repeat this, obviously I don't have a mic, but I read that they're expecting $5 billion in merchandise sales over the first year.
Oh my God.
$5 billion
$5 billion in
sales.
merchandise.
It's disgusting.
What does 1-2 mean to you?
1-2?
Yeah, what is that?
Like a punch?
No.
1-2.
Come on, you're old enough to understand this.
I don't know.
Binary system.
Well, 0 and 1. It's not 1-2. Get your freaking binary straight, boy. You want to be a real nerd, you got to know what you're talking about. It's 0 and 1, not 1 and 2, Mr. Know-It-All. Oh my God, I can't believe he did that. As you could tell, he has permanent brain damage.
By the way, folks, I
One and two.
signed a release form for my medical
God, help
records
us
from
all.
my brain doctor.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of interesting, the notes. And you know something? You ready for this?
Oh, did you get it from
Yeah.
him? Oh,
When we first met him,
mm-hmm.
and you mentioned the
Cannabis.
alternative,
Yes.
and what did he say?
He wasn't interested.
And did he say he can't put that in the report?
He said he would not deny you using it, but that he wasn't really able to report
Right.
on it.
And the second time we talked about the results of it, and he said, well, I can't put a notation in the file, but I understand what's going on, and I'll learn more about it. Well, guess what's in my report?
What?
The use of cannabis.
Oh, sweet. And,
And
how
the-
effective
yes.
it is?
Well,
Oh.
in effectiveness in our communications to him.
Oh.
He did not provide subscribe it.
No, but didn't he talk about the effectiveness that it was having with you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's what I wanted. to
And
hear.
I was shocked.
Well, good. Then that's documented for our studies.
Yeah, but I was shocked that he did this only because he said, look,
Right.
I understand, and I'm not going to say it does or doesn't work, but I can't notate in your file because
Right.
of obvious reasons. I said, we understand that, yet it's in my file.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And he uses the word cannabis.
The world is changing. He
Yes.
has to. That's the correct name for it.
I know, but
Marijuana is a bastardization.
yes, exactly. So I was actually impressed with that. And
That is impressive. You have to let me read it. I'd love to see what he had to say.
I will. It's on my desk.
Okay.
And he diagnoses as complex net semi-complex.
Mm-hmm.
So he's upgraded the analysis,
seizure.
the seizure analysis.
Mm.
And so hopefully when the other person that's going to receive this can utilize that in our favor.
Yes, that would be
Yes.
great.
So I still think he's going to want a report from the doctor.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find
And
out.
This
So.
is not the time to discuss your
No, I
medical
understand
issues.
that. I'm just thought you'd find it interesting.
It is interesting. Thank
Only
you.
because it's interesting to our listeners because of the
Well, the fact that cannabis use has been effective in your seizure control.
right, and that the doctor's recognizing that.
Exactly.
And that's what's good about it.
That is good.
Okay, my computer unlocked itself.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, me too, except it shut down my browser. How dare it? I didn't give it permission to do that. Did you?
Yes, I secretly told it to do that just to annoy you.
Well, you have those type of abilities
Yes, I do.
to psychologically. I was going to say to psychologically piss me off. That's,
I do that on a regular basis.
yes, you do. and
Yes,
I'm not
I
going to
do.
go into that because I love you dearly.
And I you, my dear.
Yes, dear. Sometimes I don't think the people realize that.
It is hard to tell sometimes.
It is. So no word back from our guest.
Nope.
Okay. Well,
I
again,
guess we got a no-show again.
we didn't confirm, and
No, and that's my fault.
we just again. So next week we'll have someone on, so we don't have to ramble for 3 hours.
Yeah, sorry, folks.
Yeah.
I hate to have you exposed to us for such a long period of time without interruption.
You've been Googling again.
Well, yeah, it comes up because I went to see
That's
if
what I'm
any
saying.
of them
Right.
were our cameras.
And for you folks out there that are extremely astute when it comes to the internet and Facebook, every time you search for a particular product, it comes up immediately on your screen for marketing purposes. So, that's because what are we looking at? Facebook is owned by Google. YouTube is owned by Google. So obviously the company shares all of its looky-loos, lookups, searches with each other. So is that the Maytag repairman?
No, it says thanks to all the Jewish mail carriers who did not refuse to carry Christmas cards during the Christmas season.
That's cool. Well, it was their responsibility to do
It's
that.
kind of like your
Yes.
county clerk
Right.
story. Yeah.
So I just lost my train of thought. I was going to say something. What was I going to say? I can't remember. Huh?
Stuff and things.
Yeah, well, thank you. Oh, 2 baseball games left, folks. This weekend and next weekend are my last 2 baseball games for the year. And normally I'd be very depressed over that, but all I can say, thank God. Our performance this year has left a lot to be desired. I thought we were going to be a playoff team, and we're not.
I'm sorry.
Me too. We actually have the capability of finishing in last place, which really just,
No way.
yeah.
That's horrible.
We play, our last game of the year is against the Blues, who we're 1 game ahead of. And we play difficult, semi-difficult team this Sunday. They play a very difficult team, so assume we both lose. The following weekend is going to be the game that decides who's in last place, which is disgusting, folks. I just can't deal with that. So 2 games left, so I get to do what I get to do with my arm, which whatever that is. So, and we don't have to break early today because we don't have a news program.
That's right.
So they got 15 more minutes of rambling.
Of your rambling.
Well, you
Yay.
can interject here, so I don't have to hog the conversation and look
All right.
like a fool.
Former New York Giants player Tyler Sash died at age 27. Oh, man.
Steroids. Is that what it says? Or?
That's what it says. It doesn't say steroids.
Oh.
In Oskaloosa, Iowa.
It's a shame. I don't.
Yeah, it's a
He was
shame.
not. I don't recognize.
He
the
wasn't
name,
a
but
player, so probably wasn't.
He wasn't a starter or anything
No.
like that. Yeah. And talking about the New York Giants football team.
Oh, here's something else to be
Okay, go
excited
ahead.
about.
Please.
The Nobel laureate Stanley B. Prusiner and team discover a new infectious brain disease.
Oh, that's what I need to hear.
A new prion or abnormal protein has been found to cause multiple system atrophy. Nice. First type
Atrophy?
of prion discovered in 50 years.
Do you think this is being created
And
by
that could
our...
be an infection that could cause Alzheimer's and Parkinson's.
Oh, cool. So they can control the infection.
Possibly.
Maybe
Yeah.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah. Prions were first discovered and isolated in the 1980s by the same doctor.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, that actually is.
Yeah, it's just really this whole Alzheimer's thing. I mean, it's like autism. What was we heard the statistic from Vandana Shiva about autism, that it was